Welcome back. Love Boat Project number 58. I'm your host, Mike Taylor. With me, as always, my co-host, Mike Robertson. Ahoy, Mike. How are you?
Hey, Mike. Do you think that the influx of recent streaming documentaries about cruise ships is a direct result of this show?
In a word, absolutely.
Obviously.
Absolutely. You know,
So there's I think everybody's aware of the poop cruise, which is on Netflix. We've gotten a couple messages about it. We will not be doing a poop cruise bonus episode because that really is everything we are worried about on a cruise.
yeah, we don't need to unpeel that onion.
And then there's another one about a girl who goes missing off of a cruise ship, which is a more serious true crime thing. And the one interesting thing in that documentary that I did watch was that someone at one point just mentions that it's just absolute lawlessness on a cruise and there's no safety regulations and everything. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, that makes sense then. So we were all worried about Robert Reed firing off the skeet shooting, at his ex-wife, but that sounds like that was the tip of the iceberg compared to what's really going on.
The guy that smuggled a gun on, go ahead and shoot that guy. You'll be fine. You're international waters.
Yeah.
International waters.
I know we've always said that our last episode, if we get that far, will be on a cruise, but I'm starting to think it will be on a dry dock boat like the Mushaloo or something. So.
Was it the USS
What's the one
America?
They just moved down? Yeah, I was gonna say the one they just moved down to. It's like a barrier reef now. So.
Yeah, at best we're gonna have a fake set just like the Love Boat that looks like we're on a cruise. No wind, no laws, just one final episode.
That's true.
Yeah,
but no intestinal distress.
No chicken a la king for me, please.
What a horrible last episode that would be. We just got violently ill.
Violently. Oh.
Tune in for our next project from the hospital.
Oh, geez. Yeah, no, that would be the Dysentery Files. That's our new...
Yeah. That would be unfortunate.
It would be bad. But we're not here to talk about dysentery and such things like that. We're here to talk about The Love Boat, Season 3, Episode 8. Play-by-play, Cindy, and What's a Brother For? It's almost like it's just a generic episode. Nothing special about it. Cut and dry.
No, I mean, from those titles, I was... Right. The titles, I was a little like, Cindy, that's kind of like... the one name titles, we had Rocky, but that clearly was a playoff of the movie, and I was just like, okay, well, I wonder what that's about. But I'm sure that the synopsis will give me a detailed expectation of what to, to know.
They always let you know what we're getting in for. You know what I mean?
At the very least, they give us
prepare yourself for ribaldry. Disappointment. Original air date October 27th, 1979, at our warm and familiar time slot of 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. ABC lead-in this week is 8:30 to 9, Detective School. Seems to be a pretty stable place for Detective School. It's been there for a bit. What's up?
If I remember correctly from when I did a little bit of a lookup, I was going to say, if I remember correctly from when I did a lookup, I think it's like another month. I don't think it makes it past Thanksgiving, though.
It's got a great, the Love Boat being after, it's got to be a nice buffer. Don't get used to it, huh?
Yeah, but I don't know that I was going to say, I don't know that a behind you helps, right? Like, especially because it's going against Chips. My guess is Chips is eating up the 8 o'clock shows like Love Boat's eating up the 9 o'clock shows.
I think it also goes back to that thing in 79 where you didn't have remote control. And we talked about this before where, families were ABC families or NBC families. I just bet that back then you had a lot more people who would stay with a specific network over the course of an evening.
What are you going to get up?
But because nobody wants to get up. So I'm just wondering, like, what are the numbers you get just from laziness that tune into Detective School so they don't have to change the channel at 9 o'clock? I'm betting on a few of those.
That's true. Like, I was watching Keith Jackson do Texas, Oklahoma at noon, and I just left ABC on the entire day and night.
That's it. As soon as they lowered the flag at midnight, that's when I turn on the TV on ABC and I just let it go. Do your best, ABC.
I'm here regardless.
Irregardless, it doesn't matter. And if you are leaving your TV on after Love Boat, then you get to watch a interesting episode of Fantasy Island. Now, I don't normally go through the synopsis, but this one was, well, let's just read it. A World War I expert becomes engaged in a deadly battle with the Red Baron on an island in the Pacific Ocean. A woman who temporarily regains her youthful beauty falls in love with a young man.
So who gets the worst? Who gets the worst end of that stick? The other people on the island who are getting attacked by the Red Baron,
trying to dodge bullet fire from a biplane,
or the young man who thinks he's got this young lady, and all of a sudden it's like the lady from the Don Amici sketch a couple weeks ago.
Well, and then they say she temporarily regains her youthful. Imagine if it's just for like 8 minutes. Come with me. And she's back. It's a very short window.
7 minutes in heaven, but she only made it to 4.
In a special episode of Half-Ass Fantasy Island.
I do think one of these, I'm 99% sure, because whenever I look at the main crew of the Love Boat credits to see if there's anything we can maybe do a bonus for or keep an eye on, I think some of them have appeared as quote unquote their characters on Fantasy Island. I'm not sure if that's the case or they've been on, but anyway, I think we might have an opportunity to jump onto Fantasy Island at some point here just to take a look and see what the hell's going on.
Look, I hadn't thought of it till you just said this, but imagine a Dr. Bricker cameo on Fantasy Island.
Yeah.
I'd watch that just for the 10 minutes of Bricker, just to see some sort of crossover with cast,
I do know there's a Charlie's Angels that is a legit crossover. With
the Love Boat?
Yeah, so we may have to find that one, and I think it's in 1979. So it may be in bounds. I know we're probably going to talk about Lifeguard. But after that, I think we can get into that. So
Bricker takes out Bosley and he becomes the hello ladies.
Hey, aren't you the cruise ship Casanova? Aren't you Stubby Winner?
just firing out one-liners about alimony and multiple marriages.
Yeah, that's what the case is. They're trying to track down Doc's ex-wives.
Oh, I'd watch.
Yeah, that. I think we need to use the bonus episodes as an excuse to see some of these shows. So that might be a good way to get us into Charlie's Angels. So
if we're lucky.
Or we'll get the third, the last season of Charlie's Angels cast, probably,
Or we'll watch it and
long gone.
We'll watch it and go, yeah, this isn't going to work for anyone. I don't even want to talk about this.
This isn't going to work, and we did American Girls.
Yeah. The bar could not. It's impossible to, limbo beneath the bar that we set with American Girls. Good luck. Good luck, other shows. 9 o'clock on... Let's go with CBS first. 9 to 10. Now, when we left you last, the CBS Saturday night lineup was a hot mess.
In shambles.
And this is the network that had the Carol Burnett show. They had the Jeffersons. They had the Saturday night movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
That is funny. When we first started, Carol Burnett was the 9 o'clock anchor, I believe. That's crazy to think about how quickly things turn.
Well, how quickly things do turn, Mike, because tonight, 9 to 10 o'clock is what? Big Seamus, Little Seamus. Is this the third episode? No, there's only 2. If you've seen one, this is the other one. That's it. Don't know which one. I have to imagine it's got to be the first one. You're not going to go 1, 2, and then go 2 again. Let's give the audience another try.
What if it really caught on? What if it really caught on and then picked back up? They were from the grave.
From the grave. Or if they edit Little Seamus out. So now it's like a 23-minute show with just Big Seamus.
I almost wonder now that they brought it quote unquote back for the one episode. I almost wonder we may have to find it.
I mean, I feel like they're sort of telling, like, please, somebody watch this show.
Yeah, we're going to triple the
Please.
viewership. So.
Yeah. And it's an hour-long show. The American Girls was
No, it was an
American
hour.
Girls felt like I felt like
it went
3 hours, but
yeah, well, a lot happened. So.
it's just.
Here's the thing: Dennehy is 50 times better than anything that was on
Absolutely.
American Girls. But I am curious to see. There's no way. This is a bold statement. There's no way it's as bad as American Girls. It can't be. So for it to get canceled after 2 episodes, my thought is maybe the Atlantic City Mafia stepped in.
It's hitting too close to home.
Yeah.
Because we got, much like Big Seamus, Little Seamus, the New Jersey crime mob was run by Big Tony and Little Tony. And they did not want the comparisons. And automatically I just think of the Smokey and the Bandit, the brothers, the Coors Light
Paul
brothers.
Williams.
Like That's what it would look like. If Paul Williams was Little Seamus? Oh, that's the money right there. Brian Dennehy and Paul Williams as his 14-year-old son. This is great.
Would watch now. Like
I know. Like, come on,
AI.
CBS, call us
come on,
up.
AI.
We
come on, AI. Let's
we have
go.
Programming ideas. Come on. NBC from 9 to 10. It's BJ and the Bear Mike. And boy, we're in for a treat tonight. Sheriff Kane's back, but this time the episode is called Kane's Son-in-Law. I bet you next week is Kane's Daughter-in-Law.
Kane's wacky aunt.
Like, enough of Kane.
Do you think it's Mama's Family?
It's What's-His-Face. It's What's-His-Face who had, the Norman Fell inspired. What was his name? It was his mama. What was his name? He was on this.
Ken Berry.
Nothing.
Your boy,
Nothing.
Ken Berry. You had a bad run at the end last season of people you were excited about. That word.
So excited about Ken Berry. So. I can't even recall his name. That my disappointment is so. Sheriff Kane's daughter announces that she's marrying BJ. It'd be funny if she said she's marrying the bear, marrying BJ in order to free him from jail and herself from having to marry her father's deputy. Speaking of Smokey and the Bandit.
Really. That's definitely that. But I don't understand how BJ gets out of jail. Is she not easy on the eyes? I'm confused. Yeah.
Well, what is he in jail for?
Oh,
handsome?
I mean, wasn't he in jail a couple of weeks ago? Wasn't he in jail a couple weeks ago because Kane needed to pay for his car or something?
They put him in jail because he owns an illegal, wild animal. That's why they're like, you can't own that. Where's your permit?
I mean, wasn't he running money for the U.S. Treasury Department a couple weeks ago? He was
not that long ago. He was. Remember, Andre the Giant was on too when they had the
7 lady truckers.
Yeah, 7 lady truckers.
Yeah. I feel like we know more about BJ and the Bear than most shows just because the synopsises are exciting.
And again, I know I say it every week. None of the synopsises maybe for the entirety of the season ever bring up the bear.
No, ever. There's not even one that has a bear heavy plot.
But it's BJ and the bear. He's got second billing.
Yeah, it's BJ and the sheriff of the week and usually a lady. And then
BJ and Kane show. That's all. It's just Sheriff Kane's daughter-in-laws, Peggy Kane.
Wither Lobo. Where are they?
What happened?
Lobo?
They're across county lines. That's why. As soon as they go back over county lines,
true.
It's a Duke boy situation.
Yeah. Gotcha. Oh, speaking of which, you think we'll see the old Dukes here anytime soon?
As a lifelong fan of Tom Wopat, I say you get Tom Wopat later on. No, you're not going to get John Schneider. He's too big.
Not prime, though. We're going to get him after the fact.
I think you're going to get him after Dukes of Hazzard, but I can't see you getting him during. I think that's too big of a show for CBS.
I feel like Daisy Duke is going to try and do real acting at some point.
Yeah, she did Othello in 80, and Cooter. Her and Cooter did Othello.
Lady Macbeth. But she can't get the blood off her hands, but they're just jean shorts.
Mm-hmm. Boss Hogg did Hamlet, and instead of holding that skull, he just had pieces of fried chicken in his hand. Roscoe Pico train in Taming of the Shrew. Oh, but we're not here to talk about Taming of the Shrew. We're here to
No,
talk
we're
about this
not.
episode. Oh, and the synopsis of this episode, and again, Mike, maybe they'll give us some hints. It seems like a pretty basic episode here. A woman with a stepmother and two stepsisters gets a chance to shine, thanks to Gopher. A woman sportscaster is surprised by her sexist TV partner. Sexist or of the time?
Yeah, or
Right?
factually accurate
You're
of
factually
1979. Yes.
Right. That's just so funny that they have to put the sex, because I would just imagine all male sportscasters in 79 were a bit.
I mean, I'm pretty sure all
was
men
Warner,
in 1979 were sexist based on what I've seen.
Warner Wolf wasn't like covering women's soccer in 1979. Like, and it was I feel like it was were there any women sportscasters on a big level? I know I'm interrupting the synopsis, but
we'll get into it when we get into it, because like there was Phyllis George, who was a studio host, but
right. That's
by the time we get to the end of this episode, they make it seem like
it evolves.
They're basically a play-by-play and analyst team, which there definitely was not.
No,
1979.
Like, I like the stories about people, and I want to go. Then why in the booth?
Right.
What are you doing? Get out.
And she's not a sideline reporter, because they would have had a third person. So it's
it's not a sideline reporter, because in 79 that would have been a dude. Probably some
it would have been Jim Lampley or something.
Yeah, it would have been. By the way, I saw Jim Lampley on a podcast about a week ago. He did the Joe Rogan, and he was talking a lot about boxing. I had forgotten about him.
Oh, yeah. Well, HBO lost their stuff, right? So,
and that was the basis of how sad it is that, the boxing coverage is the way it is. It was just interesting to see him. And he still has that voice.
Oh, yeah.
But he's clearly
aged,
an older gentleman. Yeah, it was kind of interesting to see him. It's been a while. Woman sportscaster surprised by her sexist or normal TV partner and challenges him to a contest. A man with his handicapped brother meets a beautiful woman.
So it sounds like a pretty, it sounds like a regular episode. So imagine our surprise as we get into watching the episode that it's a Halloween episode.
What? How?
Yeah, which is outrageous, because just a little peek behind the curtain. We try to watch the next episode, and that's really it. We don't want to get too far ahead. We obviously can be spoiled in some way, but we try to watch these as fresh as possible. So when we read the synopsis, that kind of drives where we're going with guests and prep and stuff like that. And we would have had a Halloween episode if we had known it was Halloween. We have people who love Halloween, but sorry, IMDb screwed us there. So.
And I had my egg costume all ready to go. Who knew? What a small world.
It was the only one left.
The only one left. Guest stars this week. We are not going to go in alphabetical order, because I want to talk about Frank Sinatra Jr. first. Frank Sinatra Jr. as Preston Maddox. First of all, his only appearance in Love Boat.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's some.
Speaking of doing Shakespeare.
A couple things here. Number one, a fact. He was kidnapped in 1963 from Harrah's Lake Tahoe and held for ransom. He was released 2 days later, and his father paid the kidnappers $240,000, which I think the equivalent today was like $2 million.
And I bet you Frank got that back like a week later.
Oh, he got something. He got some sort of payback for that. Yeah. Now let me ask you, Mike. I want to know if maybe you're familiar with three of Frank Sinatra Jr.'s, some of his original work when he's not trying to be Frank.
Was it the song that he sang today? No, I was not familiar with that. Like 2 lines that they joined in progress.
Now I am. That's all I know. So Frank Sinatra with hits like these, Mike. Spice. Believe in Me. Nothing. It doesn't spark any memory to me either. What were you thinking? Those classics, like Not Mac Tonight. Those?
Spice sounds like there's like a lot of preamble, and then the hook is like Spice.
Oh, I like
that lady's got it. She's like oregano.
Fancy pearl spice. Yeah, I like it. Hit him in the face with it. Um, Patrick Wayne, the son of John Wayne, is Matt
Man,
Benton.
a
We will.
Nepo episode. Nepo-sode. So,
Uh, Interesting. This guy. We're going to see him 4 more times.
wow.
Episode 4, or I'm sorry, season 4, 6, 8, and 9.
So I will say this.
Yeah.
Much better. That is an interesting part, I will say.
Well, there's
And
subtleties. There's subtleties to it.
There are subtleties, and I will say, much in the way like a Captain Dave or something like that, you weren't supposed to like him. I don't think the redemption was that crazy, but I
was
think
not
he
much
played
redemption. He
Right.
danced on his hinges and had a conversation with a 14-time marathon runner.
I mean, Mike, to be fair, he almost died in that hot tub. Not since our boy Francis went headlong into the cot have I rewound something so many times.
I laughed so hard because I was like, I don't even know what you stumbled on. You're sitting. What do you reach for? We'll get into those drinks too. That was a little weird. Interesting thing about Patrick Wayne that I found out is that he did the original screen test to be Superman.
I saw this. That is insane.
So when I was like watching the episode, I'm like, dark hair, light eyes. Okay, it kind of checks out. But I was like, how's he going to be Superman with those braces on his legs? No wonder he didn't get it. Duh.
So the sad thing is, like, he turned it down because his dad was dying, and he was taking care of his dad. So like, it's not one of those.
Christopher Reeve was better.
Or the BS. Who was the guy? The aforementioned guy with the gun, revenge guy that was supposed to be James Bond, but he was not British and terrible. Like this
Paul
felt more,
Lazenby?
No, not Lazenby. Who was the
Not
guy?
George
The guy,
Lazenby.
the revenge guy.
Oh, I knew what you're talking about.
The guy who tried to throw the guy off the boat. Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
can't
he
remember
was
his name,
supposed to be
but yeah.
James Bond. But anyway,
that's right. He
remember.
Okay, I remember
Yeah.
now. Yeah. He was supposed
But
to. Yeah, I do remember.
I guess my point is, I'm calling BS on that story. Whereas this actually feels okay.
Yeah.
I can see him. He's got a Christopher Reeve vibe to him, and I totally understand why he would turn it down to be with his dad in his dying days. So, yeah.
And going back to the 007 thing, there's no way in hell that guy was. There's no way.
Well, he wasn't British. I mean,
That's what I'm
ultimately,
saying,
that's the disqualifier. Let alone the fact that the guy couldn't act his way out of a paper bag.
And that's what I was going to say is like George Lazenby, Sean Connery, and Roger Moore. They win just because of their like where they're from.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Lazenby was not a great Bond, and I do love James Bond movies, but that guy would have been terrible.
That guy was
He's American. What's he going to do? A bad English accent?
At best, he was the third worst or best in that storyline.
Timothy Dalton's in there too. I don't know.
He might have been behind the gun, like in terms of acting. So.
The bullet just falls out of the gun. It doesn't shoot out for 007. It just kind of
episode 11, folks. Go back and listen to that one.
That's a good one too.
You can get the actual details of what we're talking about.
Joan Van Ark, who I really liked in this episode.
Against type, from what I always knew her from.
Yeah, I really liked her in this episode. We'll see her 3 more times, Mike. Good. Season 4, 5, and 8. 13 seasons of Falcon Crest, which again is a Dallas spinoff.
Oh, she was Falcon Crest, not Knots Landing. Okay.
I get it all.
Is this our first Falcon Crest then?
No, I think there was another.
But most of our people have been Knots Landing.
Most of the people have been Knots Landing, right? So. I think Falcon Crest is sort of a newer thing as well.
So we'll have, because we haven't had
You'll
much.
Get some Lorenzo Lamas on there, I bet.
Oh, I know for a fact he's on there at some point.
Yeah.
We haven't had much Dallas yet, which again, to your point about the CBS thing, as we go on here, I think initially we thought they would lean towards ABC stuff, but it wasn't exclusive. Like Sherman Hemsley was on a very early episode. Right. But I do wonder here, that's something we need to keep an eye on, because it's weird that Dallas is a mega hit, right? And we have had nobody or one person at most. So
I think you got to have Hagman on.
Hagman's too big. I feel like Hagman's too big.
What, Bobby? Maybe Bobby.
I feel like that top layer of people is too big, but like who's the whoever shot JR or the dad?
Yeah.
like,
Right.
or
It's
that
got to be a
guy,
lower.
the weird brother, like not Bobby Ewing, but the other guy, like, so.
Yeah, I mean that was a big show too. That was big Friday. That was big Friday nights. Um, Dallas was
I
huge,
won't,
man.
I won't be surprised that when I pull this year's ratings for whatever episode we do that for,
Mhm.
that's the CBS's best show would be my assumption. So
Or
I know what
highest
their
rated
last
show, I
show.
bet you.
I know what their last rated show is. So.
I wonder if CBS's highest show is 60 Minutes and or football because sports were
Then
so big.
Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, Jessica. Who else is on here? Oh yeah, Joan Van Ark. She is a long distance runner. I kind of said this before. She has participated. Sorry, in 14 marathons.
Wow,
Yeah,
that is a few more than me.
Yeah, one more than me. Lucky 13.
I'll catch you, Joan.
Yeah, one day, Joan. JV. Carolyn Jones is Margaret Jerome. This is her only appearance on the boat. She made her TV debut, I'm so glad I get to say this, on the Schlitz Playhouse of Stars in 1951.
Oh, there's your next project.
Yeah, Schlitz Playhouse of Stars. This was a show on NBC and aired live at 9 p.m. And it was sort of a variety sort of program. But the
like
Schlitz
everything was.
Playhouse of Stars is great.
Welcome back,
Wisconsin.
Schlitz Playhouse of Stars project.
Good morning, Sheboygan. Jeez, let's go. Tom Halleck is Tom Benton, only appearance. He starred as Brad Elliott for over 1,200 episodes of The Young and Restless on CBS, and the first host of Entertainment Tonight.
I didn't know him, which makes sense that he was a soap
either.
opera guy, and especially a CBS soap opera guy, because I don't think that was what my family watched. But I thought he was really good. I mean, it wasn't like blow it off the screen, but he felt like the good version of a lot of those like he could have been Clark Tyler. He could have been just those kind of like middle age, dark haired guy that's kind of just moving plot,
It's like he fits in that slot, right? He's not like the leading man sort of thing, but I think he plays that, like you said, that great mid character.
Like he could have been in 9 Love Boat episodes and I wouldn't have been surprised.
He's perfect player.
So, yeah.
Well, he could have been, in that high school reunion as one of the kids.
Oh my God. He absolutely, I mean, he's
right in there.
A lot younger looking than your boy Gilligan.
Wow, Christopher George is no spring chicken either.
That's true.
Speaking of, Christopher George is back as Bud Pomeroy. Yes. Third and final appearance on the Love Boat. I'm sad about that.
Yeah, I
really have come to love Christopher George.
He probably more than anyone I can think of at the top of my head was a guy that I know you knew him from Rat Patrol, but I didn't even know that. So like I really had no experience with him. And I would say for a guy I didn't know anything about that's been on like multiple episodes, I've probably enjoyed him as much as anyone.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, and he's kind of ridiculous in a way in his characters and stuff, but I just really enjoyed him. I'm a little disappointed he's not going to be on more. I know he dies a little prematurely in life, which is sad, but that sucks.
You can hear the smoking in his voice, sir. Yeah. I mean, you can hear it. It's
that Bud Pomeroy was not a teetotaler in the booth. Well, he wasn't a teetotaler in this episode.
Bud Pomeroy is never running more than an eighth of a mile. There's zero chance he's run like.
Yeah,
and I bet you in between takes, Christopher George was just getting like 2 darts in. Oh, how long?
You know what he is? He was grabbing the cigarettes that the French guy left under the table
anywhere he could find them.
They're just taped like gum underneath.
I bet you when they called cut on the set here, it just looked like a smoke signal leaving that fake ship. It must have been.
Yeah.
Good for him, but we'll miss him. Another real life couple on the boat. His wife, Linda Day George. We know her. This is her second appearance. We've known her from season 1 as Laura Wakefield. Parents Know Best, Selfless Love, The Nubile Nurse. We'll see her again in season 5. I thought she was great.
Yeah, and they gave her a lot more to do than the Leslie Nielsen.
She had a lot more to do.
Bit. No, I thought she was pretty good too. And those guys are probably in the upper echelon of real life couples that we've seen actually having chemistry, because sometimes that is death.
Yeah, it is 100%. And finally, we have Melissa Sue Anderson as Cindy Jerome.
Chubbs.
Yep, Jennifer Chubb Smith. We'll see her 2 more times, season 4 and in a season 9 2-parter. Don't know if
Oh,
it's the
great.
last one, but now they're starting to stack up to the
No,
last episode.
season 10 is
Season
the
10.
last one. So yeah, season 9 is the weird. I think that's when the dancers come on and they bring Julie back. And I get the
In the
feeling
middle of the dance, they surprise, they just spring her. They
I
just
get
like
the
shoot her out of a cannon.
I get the feeling that season 9 is actually going to be the really bad season. And
Oh,
then
season 9 is going to be a shit show.
And then 10, they come back with those like 2-hour movies, which will be close to done, but also they'll be ridiculous.
Well, plus they're probably going to bring back a bunch of like familiar faces.
I mean, based on that last episode we've talked about, I feel like every 2 weeks we have another person we're adding to that episode. So
I think Ralph Malph comes back too in that same character. Remember?
Not what's his name? Oh, you're right.
They bring him back.
God.
What if remember.
What if Julie finds him? Julie. He's fishing off of Chenault's deck,
and he tells her, "Oh, I just got married yesterday."
Yep.
You're just hours too late, Julie.
Stay out of Alaska, Julie. Stay out of Alaska.
And Julie just jumps off the dock. I'm done.
That's how they write her off. That's enough of this.
Julie chose the sea. All right, let's. Sorry, Julie. Let's get on the boat.
Well, hold on, before we get on the boat, I just want to mark this. Yes, I don't know if this is the case, but this is possibly the last credits that we see with just 5 crew members. I don't know if Vicky will be in the credits next week or if they'll wait. It's kind of like a surprise that she's on and on, but we're coming to the end of our 5, our Iron 5 here.
Yeah, this is a version 1.1 coming up. Maybe.
And I think
we don't know how soon.
I mean, at some point she's going to be on. We don't know if it's next week or not, but I'm excited to, once we wrap here, to start working on that because I am very excited to see how that happens.
I do have a little preview of next episode coming up, so maybe it'll give you a couple clues on that. Anything else to go over before we hop on this non-holiday cruise?
No, just again, pretty mad that we didn't know it was Halloween. So now we will
about it.
So now we have to we're going to overplan the holiday episodes and just there'll be nothing like Christmas.
It's going to be in 3D.
Yeah. We're just going to do 2 Christmas episodes this year, probably. So.
The thing is, it's the worst thing because we've talked before. We both enjoy holiday episodes of TV shows.
It's a layup. It's a layup when you're writing. They are writing 25 episodes. Each of them have at least 3 stories. You're putting out 80 storylines in a season. Why would you not take the layup? It makes sense, but now we have to assume. Come on, IMDb writers. I don't know who you are, but you let us down.
I just worry that the Christmas episode's going to be like Steubing still can't count to what?
6.
What number can he still 6. Can't count to 6. And the kids are older and he's like, I forgot again.
Oh, Tony. That's how this show ends. Tony comes back and murders Steubing.
He brings back that garbage thing out of his office. I wanted a toy and you brought this.
He beats him.
He just pummels him with it. He pistol whips him. We'll see. Tony grew up to be a very angry young man and mad at the sea.
Oh my! But there's no laws. There's no laws on cruises, so he walked away scot-free.
Pepito put him up to it too. So just so we know. All right, let's get on the boat. Hey, Mike, it's the season 3 Halloween cruise.
Woo-hoo!
Okay, I want to be excited, but they didn't let us be excited. Well, how do we know it's the cruise, Mike? Is it the Halloween cruise banner in the orange and black streamers?
I mean, it's better than the easel that they used to drag out.
That'll be back later for the ball. Please, they drag that thing out. And I'm going to try to stop saying Thank
That's
you.
Good.
It's something I'm working
broadcaster.
on. Thank you.
Did you notice at the very beginning, I think the credits are still rolling, they do a very long tracking shot of a guy in uniform walking down the steps. And he's nobody. He walks off. But it was like they focused. He walked he's nobody. He literally walked all the way down the steps and walked off. And I was like, he caught my eye in the second rewatch. And I'm like, well, that's not anybody I know. And that was it. So it almost felt like were they having contests where you could be on the Love Boat or something? Because otherwise they don't put that much effort into that job.
Yeah, How do you look in a captain's uniform? You know, they got a whole bunch of them walking down there. Which one looks best? There
Yeah.
were 16. That's the one they just stock. Enter Tom and Matt Benton. Just to differentiate, Matt Benton is the one with hinges in his legs, a la
Yes.
Forrest Gump kind of thing, and crutches. And boy, are these guys impressed with a cruise ship. They're just, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Not since the Pizza Bet boys have people been so blown away by the lobby of the ship. So
Hashtag enamored.
yeah.
We immediately get the quote, "Let me make fun of myself to make everyone feel better" humor from Matt.
Dr. Archer. Aging Dr. Archer.
He says, if things get dull, I can always go tightrope walking. And then I was thinking, where did you get tightrope from? Like, it's a Halloween. Isn't there a better?
I think
could
the other
walk
thing
on a witch's broom. I don't know.
I think the other thing too is in real life, like you're not going to do that with your brother, right? Like those self-defense mechanisms are among strangers or like casuals. Like I don't think Tom wants to hear yet another joke, you know.
Oh, I hadn't noticed the braces on your leg. What? And there's a weird. Well, I don't want to say it yet, but
I think we might bump on the same thing.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Joan Van Ark, or Miss Haley, as she's referred to by Julie, is checking in. Miss, no kidding, Miss. I don't need to know much about you because I'm just going to say you remind me of a 5th grade crush I had. Okay, which is
finishing
weird.
It much like Tony coming back to kill Stubing. She's got unfinished business.
But like, she checks in. She walks away to go to her cabin, but she starts walking super slowly past the Benton brothers. The hinged Matt asked Tom, "Did you bring the chessboard?" Tom said, "Yes, and the cribbage board, 2 decks of cards, Monopoly, Scrabble," which I really wished he would have said Scrapple, because I would have been in. I'm like, I'll play cribbage if I get to have Scrapple. Big old loaf of Scrapple.
There's still some of that Jefferson meat in the one room.
It's still there.
So.
It's still there. Matt's... Sorry, I'm trying to keep it together because there's something coming up here that's trying to keep a straight face. Matt says that he's thankful to have a brother like you, someone I can whip at any game. Quick question, Mike. Is kickball a game? That's all I want to know. Is kickball a game? He said any. Just saying.
How many of those games in the hat that they pick out the weightlifting later?
Wait, like what? If, like tag? Like all these? What are we doing? Or that run around the boat? Let Matt do 5 miles around the boat. He's still there in 2020. He's still trying to complete the 27 laps.
Moving on. Oh. Do you think either of the 2 decks of cards that Tom brought were how to cheat your friends at cards?
No, I think Matt had the cards custom made, and it's pictures of him struggling to ambulate on each card, just to remind Tom.
Yeah. Ultimately,
that's a real piece of crap, by the way.
I don't know how Matt got hurt, but my guess is it was a guilt trip. So because he is efficient in his guilt tripping.
What did Tom accidentally shove him down several flights of stairs? Like what is the guilt? It should have been me. Is this a car? They never explained it.
Oh, well, that is there's a scene, we'll get to it, but there's a scene where it's been a long time since they left out just
like a
this show hates explaining why people are infirmed.
Well, isn't the logical question, we see this and he says he feels guilty, do we go, well, what happened?
Right. It's the same.
The only question.
It's the damn tennis wheelchair.
It is.
From episode 4,
God.
all those years ago.
What was the injury? That's right.
We still don't know.
We still don't know. Oh, it was clearly significant, as we see here. Imagine if it was the same thing.
They were playing mixed doubles and they ran into each other.
At Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Where's Bill Bixby when we need it? We need someone to write this whole thing up. Come on, Bill. Wheel yourself around. You'll be able to catch up with Matt, though. So.
I don't know. Bill Bixby's pretty shitty with that wheelchair.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. Remember correctly. I don't know how to work this thing. Miss Haley, Chris is her first name. She's listening to Matt and Tom's conversation. She says, "Some cutie."
Yeah.
Mm. And
She
you
walks
know, if you,
by like it's one of those like that's delicious bass. Like it was
I was
just
just
like,
thinking that, like, oh, that's a great Bama. Like, yeah, but not, like right on the boat. She hasn't even
yeah.
stepped foot on the stair. She hasn't made it to her cabin, and she's already like, let me chum these
Yeah.
waters. Like, good Lord.
I think old Chris Haley might be
The
an
horn
early
dog of the
candidate for
year.
Horn Dog of the Year. I mean,
Jeez.
she only got to one person, but that's not an excluding, factor. So
And bingo is a code word. She didn't want to play bingo with Tom. You know what that was about. So she says, some cutie. And you know, if you say that, oh, here comes Doc. He says, well, thank you. He just kind of slides in. And Miss Haley just kind of
the bricker signal went out. So
the bricker signal did not go well because she awkwardly walks away. Entered Linda Day George. She approaches Julie when Doc intercepts her, tells Julie that he'll take care of Miss Rossmore, says he's a big football fan. Julie asks if she's the new Rams quarterback. Mike.
Ram quarterback, which bothered me. I don't know why she didn't say Rams.
I wrote Ram, but I said Rams. Yeah, it bothered me.
Man,
Mike.
tough break for Vince Ferragamo.
Do you know who was Vince Ferragamo was the backup quarterback
Pat Hayden.
For the Ram, Pat Hayden.
Right, because they made the Super Bowl this year, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I remember him from Notre Dame games, being in the booth, and old CBS NFL.
I only know that because growing up, when you would watch the Super Bowl film marathon or something like that, and it would be, the year they lost the Steelers, that was always the quarterback pairing. So
interesting. Well, it turns out she's a sportscaster. Her name is Peggy Rossmore. Doc asked her where she got her start in broadcasting. This is where I started to get a little irritated. Peggy says she got her broadcasting start by winning a national beauty contest, to which I started smashing my headphones because I could never win a national beauty contest. That's what's held me back from broadcasting. It's my lack of national beauty. Damn it.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
I mean, that's pretty much, I think, the Phyllis George. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Phyllis George arc. So that at least makes sense. But
is there any relation? We're using the last name George a bunch. Is there any relation with Phyllis George and Christopher George?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, we're assuming any of these people's actual name is George too, right?
It's true. So. It's got to be some crazy. Doc says I was going to try that, but couldn't find a bikini in my size. Great work, Doc. Great work. Peggy's face changes as we see Steubing. It looks like he's walking out of the gift shop again for a second week in a row.
I will say, Merrill did not have a lot to do this week.
Either did Doc. Doc was just laying out lines.
But there are weeks, there are cruises that make sense that Doc wouldn't have a lot to do, right? But in theory, the boat captain should always have something to do.
Well, really, aside from, so Steubing didn't have a lot. Julie didn't have a ton. Doc didn't really have a lot. Isaac didn't really have a lot. It was really a Gopher.
Yeah.
And Gopher episode.
And Gopher's work was selfish work.
Right. So exactly.
Yeah.
But Steubing says, of course, he kind of comes in on a conversation he's having. He says, of course I catch you on television when I'm in Port Bud. I don't believe that. Number one, he's not watching.
Well, I guess the problem is, and again, we will analyze what these guys' actual job is in football broadcasting, but if it's a football centric thing, Steubing should not really be around for a lot of Sunday football, right? I mean, they're always sailing then.
He is not a football fan. Anybody who's that enamored with the ballet and the singing and a busy
that's
body.
Ridiculous. You can be both. That's ridiculous.
No, you can be. But I'm telling you, Steubing is not that guy. I would love to hear him talk about...
He likes baseball.
Oh, baseball's different. I think baseball's more of a traditional type of thing. I think Steubing with him is like, oh, who is the starting pitcher for the 49ers? I don't see
Oh,
him as
wow.
I see him as
Well,
a baseball fan, but not a football fan.
I'll tell you what, we are going to
Hmm.
find out the answer to that this season because this is the first of at least three football-y type plots that we have this season. So we're going to find out. And I think this is probably a Monday Night Football influence for ABC, but we
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely we have Rosie Greer at some point, and then in a few weeks, our actual football opener episode in a couple weeks will be football laden as well.
Excellent.
So we'll find out. We'll find out if Stubing is.
Just my gut. He just doesn't seem like a football guy to me.
I think he roots for the Giants, though. If he does,
No, I don't want that.
well, he's from New York.
Yeah,
He
but
definitely wouldn't root. He definitely wouldn't root for those damn hippie Jets.
no, nobody's root.
So he's a Giants
Jets.
fan, and you know Giants fans are just the best.
We don't.
Balding Giants.
I just got an
fans
email
are
from the New York
best.
Giants fans. On behalf of all Giants fans, no. Bud says, when was the last time we saw each other in the flesh? And Stubing says, are you making fun of my hairline? Yuck, yuck, yuck. Doc asked Peggy and Julie if that's Bud Pomeroy. Julie says
Great
that's the one
name.
sportscaster she's heard of. You know why she's heard of him. She is right in Julie's demo. Older
Yeah,
gentleman.
I mean, yeah,
Perfect.
you're right. Like Julie ends up going fishing off a different pier this week than I expected, but yeah, Bud Pomeroy is more in the
That's
vein of Julie
the wheelhouse.
interests. So, yeah.
Stubing approaches Doc and Julie with Bud and introduces him. Before this, I'm sorry, Peggy's not a fan and makes her exit. Bud notices Peggy and says, how gruesomely appropriate. On a Halloween cruise, I get my own personal witch.
Yep. And that's when I really was like, son of a bitch. Because I think I kind of the first time I was like not totally paying attention to the decor.
Yeah.
And that's when I really was like, what? Trying to
writers
book
are
our
like-
Halloween guests real fast. Like,
The writers are like, throw Halloween in one of the first lines just to really let's
that'll
establish
show
it.
that'll show those Love Boat Project people.
If they
But they're
don't notice the orange
with-
and black streamers. Yeah.
But it was a Flyers thing. That'll show them with their
Oh,
jokes.
let's go. Let's go. We get our goalie back, right?
Stop.
Let's
Move
go.
on. Move on.
All right. We see Isaac yelling as he approaches a passenger. Hey, it's Preston Maddox, Mike.
Oh, you mean the Prince of Pop?
Yeah, Prince of Pop, not the. Why can't we get Deacon Dark? We can get the Prince of Pop.
I thought it was going to be Rex Manning.
Or Chest Rockwell or some ridiculous.
This is why I have my P, not only for Bud Pomeroy, but for the Prince of Pop, Preston.
Oh, I like that. P squared. Tells Gopher that he can't believe that the Prince of Pop is playing the Acapulco Lounge. And I wrote, is this the guy that called in sick a few weeks ago?
Danny Dart, not Danny Dart. God damn it. Danny Dinslow.
Yeah, is this a pen name for Danny Dinslow or Dinsmore? Three women are clearly annoyed that they aren't being helped. One of these women, I want to go back. When I looked up IMDb on this, there was a there was a guest star who was listed but did not make the portals.
No, that was one of the sisters, wasn't it? The stepsisters?
Yeah, I don't know why they listed her. It's Rhonda Bates as Sue Jerome.
Yeah.
All I know is it's her only appearance. She's 6'2". She's the tall one.
She's the tall one, yeah.
But was she something? I don't know why IMDb had her listed because I didn't think it was a Kearns thing because there wasn't enough really.
You can't go by IMDb in the same way you go by the portal though, because like if you ever notice towards the end, like there's a lot of people like waiter or passenger. Some of these people I recognize at this point in the IMDb listing because they're on so many times.
True, that's true.
Couldn't pick them out. Could not pick them out in the episode. Honestly,
no,
but
no.
So.
Gopher goes to help them, talking about these three ladies that are annoyed, while Isaac shows Preston to his cabin. Gopher asks the ladies if he can help, and we meet Margaret Edith Jerome and her very single daughters.
Looking to mingle.
Ready to mingle. They look like Disney characters, the way they had them made up.
Probably wasn't unintentional.
It was pretty awesome. Gopher says he shows three daughters in her party. Margaret says, my stepdaughter, Cindy. Here comes Cindy with, it looks like 16 people's luggage. Just
She looks like Jerry Stiller bringing all those kids' luggage.
She does.
In.
And for a cruise that there are no ports of call, that's an awful lot of luggage.
Yeah,
it's like a 3-day.
It should have been that chest that the fortune teller came in.
Oh, and she
like,
popped out of. Each
yes.
evil stepsister has her own chest.
Yes.
Sorry, Gopher goes to help her with her suitcases. So, Mike, we have our 3 storylines now, and now we get some stock footage of the ship leaving. That goes on a while. Stock ticker tape.
Before
I wonder if we'll ever have like guest stars appear in that ticker tape.
I think once in a while. Once in a while, and maybe when it like relates to the plot. It's not quite a captain's table situation, but it is something where it does. You can use it in a positive way. Before we go further, though, I just want to mention that when Cindy walks in, she is singing to herself loudly enough that people can hear. Yeah, well, it's the first time. Yeah, but it's probably the only time we'll hear her sing Witchcraft.
She won't do
not the whole song, just like the first couple lines. And
the best part.
Yeah, so that's but it's nice to hear that song. Hadn't heard it in a while, and that's probably it. So
file that away. Well, plus it's Halloween. They're just driving the Halloween thing again.
That's Witchcraft. True. That's true. Witches.
Wait till Hinge Matt starts singing a song called Goblins over and over again. In my legs, goblins. Chris Haley approaches Tom, who's sitting at a table poolside having a drink. Horn dog Chris Haley. She's ready.
Yep.
She asks if anyone's sitting next to him. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. It's the dumbest question you can ask somebody. It's the dumbest question ever. Is somebody sitting there? No. Do you see someone sitting there? Jeez. Use your eyes, Chris Haley. Sits down in a meet.
She is.
I take that back. She is. Sits down and tells him that he looks just like a boy she had a crush on in 5th grade. Which is a little weird to say 5th grade to me. But
so does that mean Tom is very youthful looking, or that this Floyd Fosnick was very old looking? It was like a Jack situation.
Tom was in 5th grade like 40 years ago. There's no at least. Stop it. What 5th grader has laugh lines and a smoker's cough? Like, get out of here. What are you doing? It's a wild kid. They joke back and forth. Julie announces that jackpot bingo. She's very pushy about this jackpot bingo.
Yeah, too. Like, we have an intercom.
We just got on the boat. How about trying? You know what it is? It felt like the freshwater wedding when we were being like ushered into a room to stand with no water for hours. That's what it feels like. Go, 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 go. Bingo's fun. I don't want to play bingo, Joe. I just got here.
But we know, we have heard bingo getting announced on the intercom multiple times.
Right. Like, what do you need?
Yeah.
Why is she announcing it?
Well, I think maybe she's still paying. Maybe she's still paying the price with Steubing for when Charo screwed up the ping pong.
Maybe. Perhaps. It was weird. So as soon as she announces it, she walks up to Tom and Chris and announces it again.
Yeah.
Like she just did that 2 seconds ago.
4 feet away.
Like yelling in their ears. Bingo!
You know what it is? It's like when they give you, like, you got to hand out all these flyers, and she's just like, here, take them all. So.
Like if you want time on an open mic night, you have to give out. Yeah. It's
So
I believe she got a secret demotion. I really, really do. Something.
This is a little. I mean, listen. In the grand scheme of things, she did more work there than most people did on this boat. So.
Well, she didn't do a lot of work with the Halloween decorations on those tables. She's like, I need 20 plastic pumpkins. That's all.
Yeah, but did she decor those doors with the cats? So
no, that's true. Those doors don't cat themselves. You know what I mean? Somebody's got to do that. Matt, Tom's brother, is crutching up to the table with a chess box under his arm. Well, at this point, Mike, Tom has agreed to go to bingo with Chris, which I think bingo is a code word at this point. Like, oh, you're my lucky charm at bingo. Matt looks at Chris suspiciously as he walks up to the table. Says, I'm worried about the salt air out here. Here comes another one. Hard to boogie with rusted hinges. Boy, it never gets old.
Ugh.
Any humor that points
No.
out my handicap to make myself feel comfortable and make everyone else feel uncomfortable. It's the best kind of humor.
Yeah. It's
I
not
hope if I
quite Dr.
yeah,
It's not quite Dr. Archer, only because it's really between the brother and Chris.
give it a few
But
years.
if he was at a captain's table, that would have been awkward. He would have been cutting meat with his feet in the worst ways.
He would have reached for the salt and fell. He would have, oh, I've fallen reaching for the salt. And Tom would have been like, I got you. I thank you. You're always there when you need me. And you
Don't
never
let go.
leave me
Don't ever
for a
let
woman named
go.
Chris.
Don't ever let go.
Also, what's the streak we have for episodes ending in a marriage or leading directly to a marriage?
We came into this episode with 7 marriages or proposals in 6 episodes. Will we extend it this week? Tune in to find out.
Yep, tune in. Nothing like a spoiler mid episode. Just to make sure you guys just don't. We've had enough. We're just going to feed you spoilers.
Like, it'd be weird if we just brought it up and never addressed it. So.
Just never, maybe next week. We're just forever tease. Tom introduces Chris to his brother Matt. She asks Matt if he's playing bingo. Matt says, and he heard heard him about the bingo. Can't right now. Got to beat Tom at chess. And I wrote, uh-oh.
Yep.
Awkward. Matt gets the chessboard out and Chris makes her exit, leaving Tom. She says, so long, Fazdick, which is not a weird name. That's the guy's name that was in 5th grade. It wasn't like that. Boy, we see a poolside waiter walking with a tray full of drinks, and we hear Bud Pomeroy talking about one of my favorite coaches, Vince Lombardi.
Yep.
Let me just, for all you kids out there, don't know who Vince Lombardi is. Vince Lombardi is very famous, and he's famous for one thing. Vince Lombardi is famous for being the offensive coordinator for the 4-time world champion New York Giants. And that's it. Oh, and he has a rest stop named after him on the New Jersey Turnpike.
Jersey, right? So.
If you've heard anything else about him, it's lies. That's why they named the trophy after him. # New York Giants.
It's funny. We've talked about this a little bit because we've gotten, let's say in our 58 episodes, we've gotten 10 to 15 current sports names, like not a ton.
No.
So we get a few in this episode because it is sports related, but Lombardi is obviously the coach guy. Like there's no one else you go to. And he died. Yeah, you're right. He's dead at this point too. So did they maybe just name this Super Bowl trophy after him at this point?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Because it's weird that they didn't reference. It's weird that they didn't reference like Chuck Noll at that point. Like for more current.
Say like, you're commissioner of the NFL. Lombardi dies. How soon after that do you name the trophy? Like,
I honestly don't know the answer
such a
to
stature that it was like, because there's a delay in like voting for somebody for the Hall of Fame. I wonder if it's the same sort of thing. You can't just go.
Well, no, I feel like that kind of stuff happens pretty immediately as an honor. But yeah, I actually don't know. But yeah, he died early 70s, so he's not a.
Before Chuck Noll did his thing.
I mean, right now the Steelers have won 3 Super Bowls out of 4, right? So interesting.
It's called the Belichick Trophy, right?
Ugh. Move on.
Here comes Peggy Rossmore, tells Bud not to hold back and give us your opinion. And then I wrote, I wonder if Bud Pomeroy is more like a Colin Cowherd type or more abrasive like a Skip Bayless type.
Well, I
don't know what they are.
Well, that's the thing. This is where we now begin to try and figure out what their actual existence is in football broadcasting, because
he was talking like he was a pundit.
Right. And to me, until we get about 3/4 of the episode, I assumed that Bud Pomeroy was like the Jimmy the Greek type
right, studio guy. Yeah.
And she's like the human interest person, and that there is a Brett Musburger type that actually is the host, and then there's a former football player on the thing, right? So that makes sense to me. Where they land, the math just doesn't add up.
Well, and talk the Super Bowl this and that. This doesn't make, you lost us. Neither one of you are play-by-play people.
No, that's the thing. It's not just a slam. It's not a slam to her as a, it's neither of them are play-by-play people. They are,
and they say they're not. That's the thing. And like, well, how are you guys and they'll say it, you'll see it, but it's just kind of weird. Bud says that if he knew that she'd be on board, he would have read up on something he could have talked about her with, like lip gloss
Boom.
and a bust development exercise. Boom, roasted.
Boom.
Take that. Doc tells him they are a perfect combination. Bud says, of course they are. Brains and beauty. Peggy says, I hate to illusion you, but you're really not all that beautiful. Boom,
Doc,
roasted, and she's
I'm
out.
surprised Doc didn't go back to hear more about that bust expansion.
Yeah, tell me more about this. Here comes Preston Maddox.
Oh, the Prince
walking
of Pop?
Poolside.
The Prince of Pop?
Prince of Pop. With four ladies. He walks by Margaret Jerome and her two single daughters. Margaret gives him an energetic hello. She tells her daughters that Preston is the catch of a lifetime. And I try to transcribe everything I see and hear, but I refuse to transcribe these two daughters with these horrible.
Yeah.
Or what about the Prince of Pop and the Prince of Wales and SeaWorld? Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not.
No.
I'm skipping over that
They
nonsense.
are
It's
literally the Disney cartoon step sisters
It's
from
awful.
Cinderella. Like,
It
I mean,
just-
it's not even. They're not even pretending. Like,
no. Like nobody. I said I'm not transcribing that nonsense. That's where that was the note. I'm like, it's complete nonsense.
Take that, writers.
Boom. Shots fired.
So
Margaret
I
says,
think you're probably gonna. Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. I just said Margaret tells them both not to think and just do what Mother tells you. Go right ahead.
So there were a couple breadcrumbs that they don't like resolve in this. One of them was the one we talked about with the injury to Matt.
Yeah.
At one point here, Margaret is talking to the daughters and she gets frustrated and she slips from her, dignified
Yep.
aesthetic to like clearly they're running a scam and she's just this country bumpkin, right? And they pull it away and they never go back to it.
No.
And it was like, I was like, wow, that is a great little nugget. And they just never did anything with it.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But it was like a good little piece and they just never followed up on it. I actually kind of liked it.
Yeah, I did too.
So
Here comes Cindy with a tray full of drinks.
Fingers through my hair.
Yeah, no kidding. How come she's not singing in this scene? She should have done it in all of them. Just drive that.
I mean, she almost did,
She
to be
almost did,
fair.
that's true.
So.
Gopher sees her and asks her if she'd like to go to dinner with him tonight. Oh, it's weird that he'd want to ask his sister out on such a date. I got a little uncomfortable here. Like, it's Chubbs, Gopher. It's your sister. You don't even recognize her.
There needs to be a 1-episode break when you
much.
are that close to a character, especially in relation. Like I couldn't separate it a little bit. You need to give me a Melissa Sue Anderson that has nothing to do with Gopher, and then we can get back to it.
Well, thank God he didn't get like handsy with her. Like his character is not like that. That would have been really.
Maybe that was them showing restraint.
It had to be.
It's witchcraft, Mike.
It is witchcraft. That's what the name of this this whole episode should have been called. It's witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
Episode 7, witchcraft, or the whole 2 lines is the name of the episode.
Oh, just the
all
whole
the lyrics.
Lyrics.
Margaret calls for Cindy. She wants her drink delivered, Mike, and she wants it now.
Yeah.
Cindy tells Gopher she has to go. He asks if that's a yes. Margaret's now yelling for her drink.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy says, probably not, and walks away. Dinner time, and right back again to Margaret and her daughters at the table, which I thought was a weird sort of cut scene.
They usually don't go scene like that back to back. So
they notice Preston Maddox dining with one woman instead of the full 4-woman fan club that was with him at the pool. Again, Mike, we know it's Halloween because of the plastic pumpkins on the table, boo Julie. Again, that's for the decorations, not for your, any of the character work.
I mean, to be fair, it sounds like the core closet was a little sparse this week anyway, so
Just put out the Mexican Fiesta stuff again. That's your go-to, and just call it Halloween. Mexican Halloween. It's ridiculous. Margaret and Preston wave at each other. The woman Preston is dining with turns around. Oh, snap, it's Julie, and we all know exactly what's going on now.
So I guess we have to add musical talent to Julie's list because while
She plays the flute.
Well, no, because while Preston Maddox has zero comparativeness to Richard Dawson, this is her
Right.
second musician. So that's on the list. But I was a little surprised. I was not.
Yeah.
I guess you needed it, but I was like, yeah, Julie. Because here's the thing. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
It's 1979. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the actual Prince of Pop at the time is probably like Andy Gibb. And so you
Donny
have this
Osmond or something like that.
I mean, but you have this crooner.
Dude.
Like it's like there's come on now. There is no way this guy is the Prince of Pop. He could be the king of swing or something.
He could be the king of nothing. This guy Junior, like, didn't even have his own gimmick. Like he styled his hair like his dad. He tried to dress like his dad. He tried to sing like his dad. And I get it. But I don't understand is who's paying for it, an imitation of the thing that you can't get. But you can book Junior. It's almost like it's the two Gallaghers. That's what it is.
It's not just that, but it's like the fact that he legitimately sings 2 lines of a song.
That's it.
In this whole episode. So what we're getting is awesome acting. Which is like,
I thought, look, if we get a whole song from the Fifth Dimension poolside, I thought for sure we were going to get a full song from Frank Jr.
This might be one of the least song kind we've ever had. Like Florence Henderson sang more,
and she wasn't the princess of pop. You'd think if you give somebody that moniker,
so
if you give someone that moniker, Deacon Dark got 2 songs,
3.
Well, yeah, 3. That's right. And this
was.
How do you not? If I'm Frank Jr., I'm going to go. Well, number 1, I'm singing a song. I'm going to do
number
a number.
1. I'm singing 2 songs. I'm probably demanding. Yeah,
I'm going to go 2 numbers.
Right.
I'm good with 1, but I'll ask for 2, and to go. Well, FJ Jr., whatever they call him.
How about we jump in mid-song for 2 lines of a song that no one can identify?
No one can identify.
But we're going to have Melissa Sue Anderson sing 40 times.
And he's like, well, I would really like to do my new single, Spice.
I really want to hear Spice.
Bonus show.
This is where a better show would just interlay Spice.
Yeah. Just a little snippet of enough of the song where we don't get sued.
Yeah, 8 seconds. That's all you can play of Spice. So.
Margaret tells her daughters to wave at Preston. The way they move is so odd. It is very Disney.
Yeah.
Stepsister. Preston
that feels intentional. It had to be, right?
Oh,
it had to be
intentional.
Yeah.
So. And I thought they did a great job with it. They picked the perfect actresses.
Yeah.
Just not very flattering, but they did a great job.
Not supposed to be.
Preston waves back, and Margaret tells him that's enough. We don't want them to think we're easy. And the shorter of the 2 daughters says, but we are easy. And their mom says, I know. Captain's table. Here we go. I didn't like this captain's table. It was askew, or the camera angle was askew.
The actual table itself.
You see it, well, like normally you see Steubing on the left at the head, and this time it was like flipped, so it was head on. It was just a different. It wasn't in the same position as it normally is.
Yeah. Well, they're always moving this damn thing. But you are right. It generally is long ways.
Yeah. And this was
the other way around.
Weird. Because I think the other way it shows like, okay, these are the people at the captain's table. But I think since they were trying to focus on Peggy and Bud, they sort of cut it off.
Well, we had somebody at the other end of the table. We got the back of their head.
Oh.
But I don't know who they were. So.
No, me neither.
We'll never know.
No, we'll never know. Bud Pomeroy is talking baseball to Steubing. Steubing, and Steubing doesn't seem like a sports guy to me, but that was a conversation we had before. I don't think he's a football guy, but I think he's a baseball guy.
Okay.
Doc escorts Peggy Rossmore to the captain's table. She immediately tells Bud to go on with his story. It says, you weren't talking about Murray Lee, were you? I don't know who the hell Murray Lee is.
I don't think Murray Lee is a real guy, which is weird. Why not just use a real guy? Why not just use a real guy?
They brought up Pat Hayden. I was like, so I went on it. I Googled the crap out of it. I'm like, what am I not? I Googled Murray Lee. I Googled Eddie Murray just to see if maybe, I don't know.
He threw a no-hitter at one point. So.
Who knows? With that great mustache. Bud says correct and says 2 points.
Sports.
Back to Peggy. And Peggy asks if this is a contest and says, if it is. And Steubing just keeps interrupting. This time it's about asking if anybody would like a nice seafood salad.
Yeah.
This is why I don't think he's a football guy. Like,
I think he's
he's just,
okay. So the bit is basically these two are arguing, and as the
yeah.
argument escalates, Steubing is trying to deflate it by just offering menu choices.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's trying to resolve a conflict, but we also know that Steubing is a messy bitch who loves drama.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know where he lands here. So
No, I don't either. I don't either. Peggy says she's tired of his put down. She tells Bud that she used to compete with her brothers and they were better athletes and in better shape than Bud. And they probably didn't smoke as much either, Mike.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, Bud's like drinking a steak.
Yeah, martinis, just, Bud asked her what her event was. And he says, a sewing bee, and then looks for a high five. Hi, up top, Captain. Up top.
Waka waka.
Again, Steubing's trying to...
Bud Pomeroy would have a top rated Barstool podcast if he was around today.
Oh, he would have hot takes too.
That is not a compliment.
It would be on. Yeah, it would be on for about an hour before it got cut off. Just some of the ethnic slurs coming out of Bud Pomeroy's mouth. God forbid we have a Polish outfielder. Oh,
yeah. Who gives this guy? This is why there's no way he's a play-by-play. He's not in a booth, because who's giving this guy a live mic? That is not a good idea.
His mic's got just cigarette burns all in it. Just stinks of coffee and scotch. Ugh. He's that guy that doesn't clean out his...
mic guard is just
He's that guy that doesn't like clean out his coffee cup. You know those people who like it's just like coffee stained, scotch stained, ashes everywhere. They have to keep like giving him new equipment because it gets dirty with nicotine. Freaking this guy. And you know he's a cigarette smoker, not a cigar smoker. Like this guy is full on.
Yeah, and he's not smoking Gilbert. He's not smoking Gilbert Farrow's like fancy capris. He's smoking
Rocher,
like
none of those things.
He's smoking like Camels that you got out of the car hood at a gas station.
Yeah, he went to Morocco to get his Camels because I want the strong ones. I don't want this caramel macchiato cigarette. Yeah, loosey goosey, no filter, just like me. These have no filter.
He gets his cigarettes the same place Steve McQueen had that surgery, like over the border.
You come back with a carton of smokes and you're in one kidney. It's real.
No intestines.
Nope. No organ harvest, but it's worth it. I get it. I saved $10.
Like driving to Delaware.
We know someone. That's funny. Peggy, you name the game, Buster, and I will put you away. When he asked her what's at stake, he says the only thing that matters to Bud is Patty's absence.
Yeah. He was ready. They both were ready.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
She agrees to put her job up against his. The loser quits. 2 sports out of 3. He picks one. She picks one. The third is out of a hat. She tells Doc that they should blow off some steam on the dance floor. Steubing is still babbling about menu items. And then I thought, there's no way he has to read the menu to know what's on the menu.
I think
how many times
he was just very uncomfortable, but this was just like a gopher bit that they foisted on Steubing. So.
I wouldn't have been uncomfortable. I'd have watched this like I was watching Wimbledon. Not to bring up Bill Bixby, but I would have watched it with joy.
So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
It's one of the few episodes we actually know exactly when it is. It is Halloween. It is October.
Yeah.
Why are football announcers not at a football game
over the weekend? Oh, is this a Tuesday to Thursday cruise?
Yeah, they didn't have buys back in 1979. So,
and yeah, we don't need to do any research for the upcoming games because isn't that sort of the job? Like you do research during the week, and there's no internet, Mike, so you have to like be there.
Right. I have no idea what their job is unless they are broadcasting. Well, the USFL wasn't even around. Was there like a spring league? Were they doing the World Football League? Like what is happening?
I don't know what they were doing. I mean, there's no.
Oh, you think it was soccer? You think it was actually football?
Yeah. It wasn't Premier League. It was like League 2 football. The teams that get relegated. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing intramural football. I don't know what.
Like. It's not a big deal, obviously. And
it is. It's the middle of football season.
Well, of course. My point is, I am the most snobby person when it comes to sports stuff like this. But it is just make them a baseball announcers. Like you just don't like if you're having a Halloween thing, they
Right.
can't be football announcers. They should be
No.
occupied or explain it. We're
Well,
doing a
even
game
baseball's got the
in
World Series kind of thing. Like it probably just ended.
right, exactly. You could say, just finished baseball season. Now I'm here for this
Need a
Halloween
break.
cruise. Right.
Right.
But unless there's did the NFL play a game at beautiful Mazatlan International Airport in 1979?
They had a game out by the totem pole in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. They set up a field.
The map didn't say we're going back there. So.
No, we're never going back there.
Yeah, Julie burned that track. Like, there's no way we're going back.
That totem pole like faces the other way after the Jack Chanot thing. Like, I don't even want to.
It's just an awkward. It's like.
Chris Haley enters the dining room and sees Matt and Tom having dinner. I wonder who won the chess game. Probably Matt, because he wins in every game, right, Mike?
Oh.
Every game. Tom stands up and asks her how the bingo was. She said it would have been better if her good luck charm was with her. It's a little forward there, don't you think so?
Well, Mike, they've had almost 5 minutes of conversation. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, here comes Preston, Prince of Pop. Chris asks if he's playing tonight. And this is where I'm like, what? Not tonight. I have a show to do in a few minutes. Maybe we can play later. Was he such hot stuff that he could just assume it's like, hey, you playing tonight? He's like, oh, I can make the assumption as Frank Sinatra Jr. that she's not talking about music. She's talking about Junior's body. Like, what is going on here?
And that's the thing where it's like, if you are writing this for Frank Sinatra Jr. and his style and everything, then this should have been an older cruise group, right? Who was
one who likes a crooner.
Right. But like, there's no way Chris Haley, who is ready to go in 1979, is interested in the Prince of Pop. She is maybe interested in Deacon Dark.
And he doesn't look like a fifth grader. That's the problem. Apparently Tom Benton does.
That's true. So maybe you know what? Maybe she would have taken that smooth sax.
Who wouldn't, Mike? Who wouldn't? Tom Benton himself would probably take that smooth sax. That was so.
Sorry, Mackenzie Phillips is blocking that one for you.
Oh. God, remember how awkward that was when she was trying to with her father's coworker and.
Disagree. Great storyline. I think I nominated for a stubby. I love that storyline.
I bring it up.
I'd be happy to see the big deal again.
Well, the problem is Mackenzie, what was her last name? Phillips?
Mackenzie
that whole
Phillips,
thing with the Papa John Phillips, and then he may have done things with her.
Well,
that's why I'm like, this is taking a weird, you know what I mean? The context of that's got to be crazy for her. Because this is
Stubby
before
nominated,
it all came out.
Stubby nominated Mackenzie Phillips, I believe.
Oh, she's great. She's
yeah,
great.
Really.
Sorry, I said the again, Matt. That's exactly.
We should get a buzzer,
a counter,
or get like a dog collar. We'll get a dog collar around you every time you do it. Will shock you.
I'm okay with that. You have to learn one way or another.
It's all about getting better, right?
That's right. It's all about getting better, one way or another. Imagine if it doesn't, it makes it worse. I'm just I'm stuttering
I have
like
to do
gold
half the
dust
show.
when he had
I have to do half the show by myself because you're down on the ground.
Stuck in a Matt can't walk loop. Chris asked Tom and Matt if they want to go see the show. Tom says sounds great. Matt surprisingly says no thanks. Chris tells him that they are worse than the Senate. Ooh, keeping it topical.
Take that.
Tom tells Matt that he doesn't want to miss the Prince of Pop. Matt, that's exactly what my ears do when I listen to him.
Boom. Roasted.
Boom. Roasted. Tells Tom to go ahead. Tom tells Chris to go. Tom and Chris leave to see the Prince of Pop. Matt eats lettuce. Boy, Matt is a real Debbie Downer here. You know what? Don't go ahead and leave. I'm just going to eat this bowl of iceberg lettuce without dressing. I'm fine. Well, number one, what crappy food on this thing. It's breakfast time. Who eats iceberg? What are you, a guinea pig, Matt?
It's not breakfast. It's dinner. We know
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You think the Prince of Pop is performing at like 9 a.m.?
I don't know what time Matt wakes up. I mean, that's my whole thing. I don't know what time he starts his day. Matt eats lettuce. We go to our first commercial break. We're back. And I wrote, so Frank Sinatra Jr. basically does a Frank Sinatra impression. Like,
yeah,
that's the gimmick.
Yeah,
Uh, ooh,
it's more blatant than I expected, honestly.
yeah. Even the hair, like the side
Like
part, the color of
what
the
is
hair, like the way he dresses.
I'd be curious to see. I certainly didn't put the effort in to look. I'd be curious to see what his status was as a celebrity in 1979, because again, like we said, if this is an opportunity for you to be showcased,
Sing, right, right. What
right?
were you showcasing?
And if this is him showcasing, then I think we understand why Frank Sinatra Jr. is not the household name that his father was.
Well, how can
So,
this guy not get like at least like a summer show as like a variety show, depending like you're saying on his stature? But at the same time, Frank Sinatra's still alive. So is it
I
like, well, we
mean,
can't book Frank, so we'll book Frank Jr.? I don't know how that
well,
works.
I guess it also I don't know the dynamics of their relationship. Like,
No, I don't either.
is Frank proud of his son's career? Is this how he even got on? Like,
Well, let me ask you this,
is
and I'll
this a
ask myself.
get? You know,
I'm going to ask a question, right? And then I'd like you to answer it, and I will answer as well. I'll answer first to give you some time to think about it. If our sons grew up and they went on to do another Love Boat project, right? The same thing we did, how
God.
proud would you be?
So
Kind of
they're
complicated,
at
right?
that. So at that point, they're doing a 65-year-old show.
Yeah, 65-year-old show, 2 hour plus episodes. Sure. A generation that doesn't even know who Gavin McLeod is. Yeah, it'd be great.
Oh my
But I'm saying
God,
is,
that
how
would be
proud can you be? And I'm not trying to sound like a jerk, but like, you always want your kids to do better than you.
yeah.
But like, I feel like Frank's like,
Frank set a pretty high
he'll
bar
never,
too. I
right, right.
mean,
But
like,
it's,
yeah,
but I'm just surprised there wasn't some like rebellion there where he went and, went off and did something different. Because again, the Prince of Pop doesn't really go with the type of music
right.
he sort of performs.
Yeah, there's so many little trails here that are
Yes.
interesting, or they're not interesting at all. It's just one of those things where they wrote it. He
It's
happened to be
all or
on,
nothing.
and
Yeah.
but it is that thing where like it's not pop. He's not pop. He's
No.
20 years older than the Prince of Pop would be. Like it's just like all these things. I'm starting to come down to the fact that I think he thought this was an acting opportunity because he gets a lot more lines than I
I could see
probably would have
that.
expected.
And
And
he's got more like zingers, not zingers
oh
comedic, but like
yeah,
not a
but
lot
like
of
he's got a lot of
meat.
he's got a lot of
Yeah.
walkaways. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he is singing and playing the piano in what looks like, Mike, this jacket, a purple velvet tuxedo jacket. Very nice. Very nice
yeah,
jacket,
the
sir.
the dressing, the costuming is not a criticism.
No. He looks
He's the
amazing.
Prince of Purple.
Prince of Before Prince, there was another man in purple.
Exactly.
Preston Maddox.
Prince was the
He
heir
was
to the Frank Sinatra Jr.
he was the Preston Maddox Jr. That's who Prince was. Margaret Jerome tells her daughters to make sure they go up to Preston and tell him how much they like his music. We go to Bud, Peggy, Doc, and Steubing sitting at a table. Why are they all sitting together? I don't understand why they don't like each other. Why
Yeah.
would Bud and Peggy? Wouldn't you just not be around each other if you didn't like each other? I don't understand.
Well, I
why
wonder
they're all at the
now.
same table hanging out.
I think Bud is that kind of guy that he ain't leaving, right?
Bud's
So I
going
think it's
nowhere.
more that Peggy is maybe going for the jugular here with this bet.
I'll tell you, Bud.
So-
I feel like Bud could just hold court. Like he's just one of those guys that could just be
Oh.
super entertaining in this type of environment.
And I feel like he's going to talk whether you're there or not.
He could talk to his half-empty drink, and he would be completely satisfied.
Yeah, and that drink ain't half empty either.
And I don't say that like with the intention of saying like Bud's full of himself.
No.
I don't think he has that sort of muscle where he cares if you want to hear him or not. He's
Right.
going to say what he's going to say.
Right.
Not like a jackass, but that's just
Right.
I don't know, I like him. I think he'd be a lot of fun to have dinner with. Just the
Once.
stories.
Once.
Well, we can't take
Once.
that much secondhand smoke.
That's
Good
true.
Lord.
That's true.
Can we open a window? But like Bud Pomeroy doesn't open windows. No, we're dying. Bud.
Wind what?
We're dying. I'm trying to use my cream spinach as some sort of filter so I can breathe clean air. Bud wants to get this competition started. Steubing again, because he doesn't have a competitive bone in his body, tries to talk him out of the competition. Boo. Bud picks arm wrestling and says, here and now. Well, they have to takes a few of them to clear the obviously heavy plastic pumpkin off the table to set up the over-the-top game board. Peggy puts up a good fight, but then loses to Bud. Bud says, one down, one to go.
Loses, and I think we get the crowd go,
We're
getting a lot of that now this season, which is unnecessary.
They gave her too much of a... He should have put her damn arm right through that table.
He's drunk.
There's drunk. No way. And he's drunk, so you know he's gonna like go too much because he's fired up. True. He lightly puts her arm down. Her arm would have been snapped like a pretzel. It would have been gruesome. She would have had to get off in Monzo's lawn.
It's very possible that Bud Pomeroy is already slowly atrophying. So
all the muscles are gone. Yeah. He's got the body of Mr. Burns. That's about it. The only way he's going to make 27 times around that ship is if he's got a shopping cart and Peggy's pushing him. This poor guy.
They never really confirmed that he made it around. Just because he came in behind her doesn't mean it was on the same lap.
It doesn't even make sense. There's no way that's 5 miles. I just want to, just from a measurement standpoint. But we see Gopher with a very nice looking ham sandwich. Dude, this ham sandwich was stacked. It had the lettuce and the tomato. I mean, what a nice looking
sandwich. Star of the episode, ham sandwich. With a flower, a carnation, because we know all flowers have meaning from our good friend. True.
Carnation seems pretty innocent. With a glass of milk. He arrives at Promenade Cabin 345. Here's a woman. What was she saying?
Those fingers in my hair.
It's that same damn song again, Mike. She sings it to herself. She might be nuts. She might like have a form of autism if she keeps singing this song like this to herself, but only the first few lines. Oof.
Did you ever have like back when we used to have like cassette tapes and the tape would like be break or something like that, or a record would catch and you could only get the first few lines out and then it would kind of skip and go back?
Yeah,
that's what this is. So
maybe that's all she had. Like the stepmom and stepdaughters, they only gave her this much of the tape.
Oh,
because they hate her. Like, you like music? True. Well, here's 45 seconds of a song, and that's all you'll get.
Now, I believe Frank Sinatra has a version of this song. I don't know if it's attributed to him, but I wonder if this is either a hat tip or a demand.
He calls. He's like, "Listen, thank you.
You're gonna put my dumbass son on. You're gonna sing some of my stuff.
Yeah, or you're gonna wind up with a horse body. That's what you're gonna do, a horse head. Oh,
you're gonna be next to those guys who tried to steal them back in '63."
I tell you what, putting a horse head in the bed is a lot easier than putting a horse without a head in the bed. I was just thinking that. Good Lord, all the dragging. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep.
It's just the lift. The lift to get that's awkward as hell.
The drag. Yeah. Oh, over the.
Yeah.
I don't know how you wouldn't wake up for that. Oh, let's see. He yells encore outside of the door when she's done singing. Cindy answers the door. He tells her that she sings great. I don't know if that's grammatically correct. Oh, you sing great.
I don't think it's musically correct either.
No, I don't either. Audio, sonically not correct either. They enter the cabin. Cindy has no time to eat. Let me just say, I don't know how much ironing is required for a Halloween ball. There is piles and piles, and I like to iron, but even I'd go, hey, can we get a timeout? No one is going to wear this many outfits or clothes in the next 48 hours. There was 27 pairs of shoes.
I think she brought all of her ironing.
Well, she can put it back in a suitcase and get home and re-iron them all.
Exactly. That's all she does. So.
Cindy is the definition of busy work.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, but they don't say anything that she's like a klepto or she's got major behavioral issues. She's a bit of an arsonist. We keep her busy with the ironing.
I wouldn't give her an iron if she's an arsonist.
Well, keep her away from an open flame, by all means. Gopher asks what Cindy's going to go as for the ball. She says she's not going. Look at all this ironing I have to do. Are you crazy?
You
Stepmother wouldn't stand for it. Then she says her father left all their money to the stepmom. Oof. Boy, you must have been a real piece of crap then, Cindy. If you didn't get a dime, it goes back to the arsonist theory.
That is all the information we get on the stepfather. Although I will say my earlier point about it. That's right, father. Mm-hmm. My earlier point about Margaret kind of being a con artist. Yeah. I think that plays in that he obviously got snowed by her. So
it's like Bo Derek in that Chris Farley movie.
Oh,
Brian
that's
Dennehy.
True.
Speaking of Brian Dennehy.
That's true.
Same.
That's sad. Yeah.
It is sad. Gopher says that if she sang in front of Preston, he'd hire you in a minute. I don't know what he'd hire you for, but I don't think it would be for singing.
Yeah.
Cindy says that she can't sing in public. He tells her to try and simulates the Hollywood Bowl. Mike, I've been to the Hollywood Bowl. You can't simulate the Hollywood Bowl by knocking over a flashlight. Here we go. Here's the Hollywood Bowl. Knock. I'm like, no, I've been there. That's not at all like the experience. It's actually an outdoor amphitheater.
Yeah, this is a small cabin.
What are you doing? Interestingly enough, the Hollywood Bowl is a public park too. So even when there's not shows, you can go in and walk. It's pretty cool. I don't know. A public service announcement. I don't know what that was about.
Thanks to the sponsors of this episode, the Hollywood Bowl.
Hollywood Bowl. Cindy starts singing for Gopher again with the song, Mike. She's still singing the two lines.
The same lines too,
Same
right?
lines. Same
Could
lines.
you show me a different vocal range?
Can I hear the end of the song?
Can I hear the middle of the song?
Can you wrap it up? Can I hear some vibrato? Gopher sits amongst wigs and stepsister clothes. Tom and Chris are dancing, and Tom's looking for Matt. Surprise. Tom feels bad for Matt.
Surprise.
Surprise. And Chris is like, I tell you what, Chris says this. Chris says, people with disabilities are doing fantastic things for themselves. Let me just clarify. It's not as though Tom or like Matt had his head chopped off, right? Yeah. He walks a little bit slower than everyone else. That's it.
They landed the plane very well in terms of he was handicapped, but not so handicapped that Chris or Tom came off as wrong in almost any fashion, right? Like now,
right.
Chris came in a little hot here, but she's got her eyes on the prize. She's got her eyes on the prize. So it's like,
I'm surprised she didn't drop the C word.
Yeah. I mean,
I really thought that was
coming. That even, I mean, God, is that even acceptable back then? But,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I bet it was. I
mean,
it was.
Based on what we've seen this year, I'm not sure what wasn't acceptable.
Well, with the R word and, and again,
but,
I don't really want to say it, but it's the same kind of thing.
But it's, she comes off as both a sympathetic defender of handy capable and also a horny girl who just wants to get some business. So
get Matt the hell out of here. I want what I want. It's only a 3-day cruise.
Yeah. If I'm going to get married to you, I need to spend at least 20 more minutes with you.
That is true. We haven't even spent 72 hours together and wedding bells.
72? They didn't make it 24 before we started talking about it.
I hope Matt's not the ring bearer. They'll be waiting for a long time in that aisle. Don't rent it by the hour. Tom says, if it wasn't for fate, this is what we hear this thing. He says, yes. I'd be the one with braces on my legs. So any damn thing for Matt is what I'm going to do. What?
And they never go back to it.
Give me the theory, Mike. I need a theory to help me sleep better.
My initial thought was that Matt got clipped by a car when they were growing up, and it just
you
missed
saying
Tom.
Clipped. You saying clip? I wasn't ready for the word clipped. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Go ahead.
And it hit him, and not that he necessarily pushed him out of the way, but it was just dumb luck, right? I think the other option that I actually thought maybe was fate was that it was a thing he was born with, and the fate of heredity and genetics. But again, it's just don't say that without saying what it was. It's just, and I guess they didn't want to say what it was because they were trying to get Matt to kind of just be a full heel, really. Mm-hmm. So no sympathy for you, sir, but
I have a theory.
Weird. Oh,
what if Tom feels bad? Okay. And I would assume Tom's older than Matt. Let's just, for argument's sake, say Tom's 2 years older than Matt.
Sure.
Okay. Tom's mom, same mom as Matt. She's pregnant. Doesn't drink or smoke while she's pregnant with Tom, right? Tom, healthy baby. No hinges needed. Well, here comes Matt. And Tom was such a bad baby that he drove his mother to drink and to become a smoker while she was pregnant with Matt. So technically,
no. Wow.
Yeah, it's my fault. I was such a bad little kid.
I mean, I
drove
guess
my
the
mom
other option,
I don't know. Yeah.
the other option is, and this is very diabolical, is
This
there's
is
a
good,
world
okay.
where Matt has concocted something that actually
it's
makes Tom
fake?
feel guilty. No, not that it's fake, but it's like something of Matt's doing. Like Matt tried to go up the highest wall and fell off, and he shouldn't have, but somehow he has pinned the blame on Tom, and Tom's felt guilty for 30 years or something like that, so he can, manipulate him like a marionette. So who knows? They
Well,
didn't go full. They didn't go full heel on Matt.
No. They could have, though.
They could have. They absolutely could have.
Because he would have been a real, like, if he'd been to Chris, be like, yeah, I know. Like, behind Tom's back, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And what are you going to do about it?
All Matt's got to do is start dancing like Elvis, and eventually you'll run right out of your braces. They'll fall just right off. Let's see. Chris apologizes to Tom after she makes the remark, and Tom gets a little saucy about it. Tom reintroduces himself to Chris, asked her if she wants to dance, and I wrote, Matt who? And they start dancing.
Tom got past that real fast.
But what was the point? When they first got on the cruise, they're like, oh, we're going to play games and we're going to hang out. Was the intention of this trip to hang out with your brother? Because if so, if this was them supposed to spend time together, then Tom's kind of an ass. I don't want to assume that's what it was, but it kind of feels like that's maybe what it was. But
the flip side is the chances of you meeting someone are probably pretty good, right? So there should have been some sort of expectation that maybe you were going to have to entertain yourself a little bit. So yeah, it is an odd expectation from everybody.
Well, yeah, it's almost like a better option came up in the midst of the plan that was being executed. He was like, but who knows? Who knows? Where are we? I'm sorry. Gopher's helping Cindy prep the stepsister's clothes for the big Halloween ball. There's so many. I used to shine many shoes back in my day. There's so many shoes to shine, which I don't really understand why you're shining shoes. Tell Cindy he's leaving before the quote blue meanies show up, which made me laugh. Because then I just thought of a blue meanie. Exactly. I was like, oh man, he could burst through the wall. That would be great. BWO for life. Reminds Cindy that she is singing for Preston and his orchestra tomorrow. Tells her she can wear a mask to help her with her shyness. All right. She says she doesn't have a costume, and Gopher tells her that he'll handle it. Look at Gopher.
Yep.
Tom returns to the cabin to see Matt playing solitaire in bed. Matt can't even sit up. That's the problem. He can't even sit up. Matt asks about Tom's night. Tom downplays it. Matt calls his bluff, saying that he looked, quote, chipper when you entered the room. Tom apologizes for running out on Matt and sees if there's anything he can do for him. And this is where you go, no, I'm good. I'm good. Mike goes, yeah, actually, I could use a cold beer. And Tom offers to order room service, and Matt's like, that's going to take too long. Like, what a dick this guy is.
This is where we really start to,
here we go,
to lean into it. Yeah.
Tom offers to get it himself, and Matt asks for, hey, while you're out there, get me some onion rings.
Yeah. 1979 onion rings. The least healthy food in the world.
And midnight onion rings. Just really old fry grease. That sounds lovely. God. And then Tom's like, hurry back and we'll play chess. I'm like, golly, needy.
Plus, it's like, and it comes up the next morning, but Tom's tired, man. He's just been out there dancing. Like,
I bet you Tom just lets Matt win every game, too. He's not double jumping in checkers with authority, any of that stuff. He's just like, oh, beat me again,
you got my night again.
Oh, look at you. You should go professional. Mike, it's a windless morning on the cruise. Another windless morning on the cruise. No ripples in the pool. None of the buffet food is flying around, which it probably should be.
Well, it's not like it's hurricane season.
No, it's not like you're on open ocean air.
In October.
If there was a sailboat, they wouldn't move out there because there's no wind on the Pacific. That's what Pacific means. No wind.
Passive.
Lack of ripples. We see Steubing, Bud, Peggy, and Doc. Again, they love to sit together having breakfast. Bud's going on and on about how delicious his breakfast is. Locke says, the last time I saw a man eat a breakfast that big was on death row.
That really made me laugh.
That made me laugh. Patty offers Bud the last muffin in the basket. And when he grabs it,
honey.
like that muffin is really, yeah.
That guy's never had a muffin in his life.
Unless that muffin was full of nicotine, there's no way he would have jumped on that thing the way he did. Peggy's decided the second event is a 5-mile race. Again, I would love to see the math on this. 27 times around the ship, starting now.
Yeah.
And notice they're both in their 70s style sweatsuits. And at the end, no one's covered in sweat. Listen, I don't run anymore, but back in the day when I would run this many miles, there's zero chance I could have performed that on the Pacific Ocean with a full sweatsuit on. And number one, not break a sweat or stop for water. I just want to throw out some safety there. It's ridiculous.
Just the physics of going around the boat that many times that it has people on it, right? I mean, there's not a lot of like straightaways.
But
like I know
so
Beth,
27. Well, there's stairs. How do you measuring up, down, and
when Beth was on the first time, she had said that there's like a track that goes around the boat.
Mm-hmm.
But that clearly wasn't what it was because they're like cutting through stairwells and everything.
Well,
like,
even when remember when Doc was on his run or Steubing was on his run, there's no track. They just run. I mean, look, if Steubing's nephew has to do ballet poolside, there's no exercise. You can't run five minutes in the spa. Like, it's just not big enough. Just back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah.
Steubing lines them up and they start the race. Bud cheated and left early, which kind of made me giggle a little bit because he knew he was screwed. So
yeah,
we go to work.
He was going to make a difference.
Oh, he's gonna go throw up real quick. That's what we go to our second commercial break.
Second,
in the back.
We better get cracking. Jeez.
I know. Let's speed it up. We're gonna be here for 27 hours. In the background, we see Bud still in the lead in his race with Peggy. Number one, I love that they showed this at the beginning of the scene because it led into another one. Gopher has a costume and he's walking the hall towards Cindy's cabin. Knocks on the door. Cindy invites him in. He gives her, it looks like a ballerina costume.
With a mask.
With a mask. And she gives Gopher, because the masked ballerina, that's
a
she gives
character.
Gopher, she gives Gopher a smooch on the cheek. Back to the race, we see Bud sliding down a flight of outdoor stairs, which Peggy's right behind him, and she runs by a table where Tom and Chris are sitting having coffee. Love this. Love the effective pass off to the different storylines.
It's definitely everybody shot at the same time episode, which we always do enjoy. My wife had popped in at this point when I was watching it, and she said, "Has this girl ever run before in her entire life?"
You imagine how long this 5 miles would have taken at this pace. Just
interesting form.
There's no form. Like she clearly is not a.
She's running like one of those wind puppets at a car dealership. So.
Tom and Chris are having coffee. He tells her that he played chess with Matt for 2 hours after he got back to the cabin, and that he feels bad that Matt had nothing to do. 2 hours. Chris
That's a lot of Matt.
That's a lot of Matt. Too much Matt. Forget the chess. It's too much Matt. Chris says that the only thing keeping Matt cooped up in the cabin last night was Matt. Enter Matt.
That is very true, by the way, because you can go sit at the bar. You can go sit out on the deck. I mean,
absolutely.
I have no interest in being on a cruise, but that is a Shangri-La for people in the situation that Matt is in.
1,000%. Enter Matt. He sits down and says that he forgot his sunglasses. And he just kind of looks. And who's going to get it for me?
He looks at the sun.
Squints, puts that hat over his eyes. Why do you have...
Yeah.
Ask Tom to go get him. Tom says he will as soon as he's had his coffee. Matt puts his hat over his eyes. Matt's an asshole, Mike.
Yeah.
He's just a total ass. Tom gets up and leaves to get his glasses before finishing his coffee. Doc walks up. Here we go. Matt must need something else. Matt asks him where he can find some suntan lotion. Doc, I usually keep some in the showers in the Lido deck. What? You keep your personal sunscreen in the showers in the Lido deck? What are you lotioning up passengers? That's your
Not
private
just that.
stock?
Like now I don't even know if it's in a container. Like it's just loose.
It is. It's in a clear bottle. It says Bricker, like with like a melted crayon on the side.
Don't eat.
Don't. Only my hands can take this much acid. Just something.
Yeah, that was very weird. Like I don't know if he meant like it's not. I bet you it's not a dispenser of suntan lotion. Like,
how is there no follow-up question? You know, so
well, he's not going.
Well, he just wants it. He doesn't even care.
Yeah. No, I don't know what it is, but I need it.
I need it. He said, how far away is it? As the crow hobbles. I wanted to throw something at him.
Yeah, that was.
Doc says
it's because you're pulling that on a doctor. Come on,
like
man.
Stop. Doc says it's around the corner, and Matt just kind of like looks at him. He should have like struggled to move his legs at this point. And Doc does. Well, Matt waits for Doc to offer to go get it, and Doc does.
Yeah.
And Chris is like, I'm out of here too.
Yeah.
She says, is there anything that she can get for him? She says she thought she'd go get him a mirror so he could take a long look at himself.
Boom.
Shots fired, Mike.
Man,
Jesus.
Chris, you know what's funny? Chris doesn't care about, Matt.
One thing.
He is in the way. He is in the way, and she is moving him out of the way. That is what's happening here.
She is objective based, this Chris. She's on the cruise to do one thing, and that's get it on with someone that looks like her 5th grade crush. That's what she came on the boat to do. That's what she's going to do.
Not since last year's Horn Dog Stubby winner, I think. Or no, I think maybe David Doyle that. But the
1?
Girl from the Ropers. No, nobody will top her. But the girl from the Ropers last year who said that she was basically like, I'm very aggressive or something like that. You know, this
Forward.
is kind of the same idea. Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
big time. Here comes Bud. Oh, I'm sorry. Matt pulls his hat over his eyes while Chris walks away. Here comes Bud. He's not looking good, man. You see Peggy finally passing.
I don't think he's gonna pull it off.
He's not gonna make it. Cindy's ironing more clothing, and I went, God, so much ironing. There's so much ironing to do. She and Gopher are laughing when Margaret Jerome enters the cabin. Uh-oh. She's like, what is this?
Are you entertaining a boy?
Entertaining men in the cabin? Gopher says no, he was bringing her a costume, and Margaret thinks this is hilarious and says Cindy's not going to the ball. And she kind of admires the costume. We know how the Cinderella story plays out, so let's stop. Yeah. Let's just stop here, okay? The charade.
In case you weren't sure what they're doing.
Her name is Cindy. Yeah, thank you. So. I got a little tired of it at this point. I was like, okay, like we get it. Let's just move along.
Yeah, like I mean, I give him credit for originality, even though it's not original. But it was like I appreciated the swing, and I think they landed it as well as they could have. But yeah, it was in the middle. You kind of like, all right, let's go. So let's get to the slipper.
Peggy's in the lead, crosses the finish line, and wins the race. Peggy asks Bud if he wants another muffin.
Thanks for that muffin.
We get a weird interaction between Julie and Preston Maddox. Julie's walking down the hall with Preston. This is weird. She is enamored, which they probably told him to be. That was a deal breaker. I want you to be enamored with my son. That's it. All right, cool.
Listen, Laura, I'm only going to go out with you if you get my son on the show and make him a real catch.
Oh. She tells him that she's dressing up as Cinderella for the Halloween ball, says that he's the only one she's telling because she doesn't want him to have any trouble finding her. And I wrote, what is happening here? I mean, we know what's happening, but
Julie doesn't have a list of everybody's costume, I'm assuming. Like if our wives go on the cruise and one of them has a Cinderella outfit, Julie wouldn't know and Preston wouldn't know. So Julie's making this harder on herself.
I'd be like, you better get off my Kool-Aid, Preston Maddox. I don't even know if you're really on my Kool-Aid, but if you are, Preston's asked her not to run out on me when the clock hits midnight. And Julie says, not this Cinderella. Yeah, Julie's not going anywhere.
She only runs when her parents say they're going to divorce. So.
She does.
Or I guess she ran off the Chenault property too, to be fair.
It's hard to run when you've got flippers on your feet too, as we'll see later in the episode. She's not running anywhere. Gopher's talking to Isaac about the Cindy situation, that he needs to find her a new costume. A cart full of costumes arrive right on
A
cue.
cart full of plot comes down.
There it is. Look at that. Finds a Cinderella costume for Cindy and makes a hasty exit.
Well, I tell you one thing. Anderson the steward must be pissed watching this.
Yeah, no credits.
That's
He's like,
his job.
Who's this POS taking my job? I'm that guy. We see Steubing's hat with 10 pieces of paper with 10 different events listed. Peggy picks. The last event is weightlifting. Uh-oh. But Peggy's not shook. Mike, she says, exercise room, comma, anytime you want, end quote. Right.
I'll see you at the Sea-Wind Spa.
Funny you say that. We are now in the Sea-Wind Spa, where people work out and the hot tubs are slippery. Where Matt is in a hot tub, and Tom's bringing these 2 drinks over, but I don't know what the hell these drinks.
No idea.
Why are you wouldn't serve alcohol in a gym, I don't think. Like, it didn't look like a health drink. Like, it looked like, you know what? It looked like he was drinking a Midori melon ball, Mike, is what it looked like.
But I think they have to. So I wonder if the hot tub is, you wouldn't have a hot tub without drink access, right? I understand what you're saying, but maybe it's like right on the edge of the facility.
I don't
know. It's got its back to the bar because, like, yeah, if you're in a hot tub, you're going to want to, have a drink on a boat.
I'm just wondering if they have like a bartender there in like gym clothes. Like much like Isaac dressed like that weird owl from the Pirates Cove.
Now he dresses like a
like headband.
Old timey. He's got the old timey like swim outfit with
with the weightlifting thing, and you have to lift this barbell, and I'll get you a sunset. Yeah, that kind of interesting. Tom tells Matt he wants to go to the ball tonight, which is weird. He's sort of asking permission to go to the ball tonight. Tom says that Chris is fantastic, and it could go into a lifetime. Uh-oh, Mike. The streak could be alive. Matt says that he's really happy for him. Is he? Because then he says Tom will get married and have kids, and he can live vicariously through him. Unplanned, Matt reaches for his drink, stumbles, and nearly drowns in a hot tub. No. He stumbles for like an inch.
He basically had his back against the hot tub and kind of adjusted so like the middle of his back probably slipped a little bit.
That's it.
And Tom goes diving in like he's Sam Elliott in Lifeguard.
like he owes him some sort of life debt. Like he's Matt's Chewbacca somehow. I don't know what's going on here.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's just
bad acting. It was so bad. I rewound it so many times.
It's bad. And Matt's like, you're always there for me when you need him. Like just another layer of guilt on that cake.
You're always there and won't be somewhere else.
Yeah. Thank you for not going to the ball tonight ahead of time. Just one of those weird. It's time for the weightlifting competition. Peggy lifts a bar that weighs 60 pounds. Bud lifts it next. I love how he struggles to curl 60 pounds. Like he's just like, I get it. Peggy lifts the next bar and curls it. This bar is so heavy that Bud tries to lift it and injures his back because 80 pounds. I don't know.
I think this is more about previous Bud activities than anything else. So.
Yeah.
Plus,
that's his
stretching.
Liver.
You think Bud's ever stretched in his life? So,
no. Those were. Oh yeah, that's all the like emphysema kicking in at once. I mean, apparently it hurts in the back.
Yeah.
He tries again, can't lift it. He walks away, bent over in pain, congratulates Peggy, and she's not thrilled.
Comical duck walk out. Like
he was selling it. Bricker's like, great job on that fake duck walk. Great job.
Well, it's funny
Bud.
too because when he first hurts his back, Doc's there, right? So I thought we were in an episode of Bricker's like, where does it hurt? And the Doc, where do you think it hurts, man? He's grabbing.
Yeah, my back. Oh, it's my shoulder. What kind of doctor are you? He just doesn't deal with weightlifting injuries. That's all it is.
That's true.
I usually focus on myself in the spa.
I'm all front injuries.
Mind if I get a couple reps of a jump rope in? Let me get changed. On that little piece of wood.
Should I perform surgery on you?
Let me make a phone call. And we go to our third commercial break. Back. It's time for the ball, Mike. The highlight of the episode. Except we see a sign that says, welcome to the Halloween cruise. I want to be like,
I've been here.
Why didn't we see this sign in the first scene?
Yeah.
Why are you saying welcome now? It should say
Yeah, I wonder
you
if they
are
meant.
currently on the Halloween cruise.
I wonder if the prop department screwed up. It was supposed to be Halloween Ball, but then they said cruise, and they were like, forget it. No one's gonna care.
Julie got loaded again. That's what it was.
The So I will give them credit once again. The amount of extras in costumes is enormous.
Yeah.
But last year, I felt like the costumes were at a higher level, not just for the cast members, but like even the background people.
100%.
You remember that?
100%.
That Halloween party last year was insane. I mean,
it was jumping. It was it was just there was a smoke machine. It was disco lights. It wasn't crooning. Yeah. It was a much better party.
This was probably more along the lines of what I would expect on a show like this. So not bad, but certainly not the level of the Vincent Price cruise. So.
No. We see Margaret Jerome and her two daughters at the table. The shorter of the two sisters, not Sue, is wearing the original costume that Gopher brought to Cindy, which I don't know how that fit considering this woman is comically long. I guess it's the only way I can say it.
Yeah.
Even the shorter one. I don't. But even Preston's dressed up as some sort of Renaissance type character, and the whole band is dressed up as like merry men.
Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Something.
Yes.
Hamlet and the, I don't know. Steubing's dressed. Okay, here we go, Mike. I've been looking forward to this. Steubing. Of course he's dressed up. Except he's dressed like the Lone Ranger, except the eye holes of his mask have sequins.
Okay. So I was going to say he was
a Halloween costume to me.
I was going to say he was dressed like the Repo Man.
Barry Darso? Are you kidding me?
Yes.
I thought he was Russian. What's going on? It's pretty good. I can recall Mr. Darso's name. Boy, just like that. Oh,
it is a huge come down from his costume last year, where he was dressed like Captain Morgan.
He kind of like looks like Village People-ish in this because there's so much like sparkle to it and there's so much pizzazz. It's
not just that. He's also like, he's kind of like squatted down and he's like kind of looking up at her like a little kid would look at somebody. It was odd presentation for the costume, which made me think they didn't have much of an actual costume because he never actually stands up in it, right?
Well, I don't think it fit because the way he had his mask on, I could tell like it didn't fit his face.
Like I bet you they had
too small and
right. Like this feels like they had a better costume, and then Gavin McLeod was like when Buddy Ebsen couldn't be the Tin Man because he was allergic to the silver paint. Like it was something like that, and so they were gonna have him in the egg. He was just allergic to the orange hose that you had to wear with it. That makes sense. And Julie was going to be in the sequin mask thing. That actually makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I said I'm not. And she's sitting with, he's sitting with the Lone Ranger, Steubing the Lone Ranger, sitting with Peggy. I'm not sure what she's dressed up as. Like a Old West prostitute, maybe?
Right. The costumes were like, except for, Isaac and
vague. Was it a Halloween vague ball?
I was going to say vague. They felt like costumes you would buy in like a generic Halloween store.
Like off-brand. Right. Like it's not Mickey Mouse, it's Ricky Mouse. Like anything they can do to it's just.
But not even that. You're right. It would be more like Doc is just kind of dressed in striped jacket.
Yes.
So,
just strange. Either that or costumes just sucked in the 70s.
But they didn't suck last year. That's the funny part.
Great.
So I wonder if Vincent Price brought those costumes from home
with his trunk last year. Full of costumes.
Yeah. And this year, the lady from the Addams Family is like, no, I'm not bringing costumes.
Although I don't see the costume style that I wore in this period of time where it was the plastic smock and the plastic mask. So I was either Buck Rogers one year or Casper. It was just a change of a plastic mask with elastic.
I almost broke out a mask, for the episode, but then thought better of it because I was annoyed.
We didn't know.
But no, I have a mask with a string on it that is similar to the old ones. It's a little better quality, but yeah, those
eye holes are crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Steubing asked Peggy if she's spoken to Bud. She says she can't find him.
Man, you better get a fucking doctor out there, man.
What do you mean you can't find him?
Go check his room.
What are you talking about? After that long thing and his heart condition, I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, his spine just ripped. He ate 38 steak omelets this morning.
He ran 5 miles, tore his back to pieces, and we can't. He couldn't go fast wherever he went.
You were worried about Raymond Burr, dude. Like, I'd be way more worried about Bud Pomeroy's
Way.
drinking.
Just that
Also,
cough, too.
speaking of, you may have it in here, so I don't want to jump it. But did you see Steubing's drink?
I did. I did.
And they even
I
call it
did.
out, which felt
I do.
very intentional.
I was happy. Yeah. Steubing asked if an orange juice on the rocks would help. And I wrote sober Steubing, love continuity. But then instead of ordering one to go get her one, because he couldn't get up because the costume didn't fit, he just gave her his. And we're back to that whole like Buddy Hackett thing from the other week where neither one of them would buy 2 drinks.
I feel like the Vicky entry is going to bring up the sober thing somewhere.
Oh, they had to do it here.
They put that, they just put a button on that, a real button. Like that wasn't one of those, we're looking for it. That's like, hey, by the way, this guy's drinking orange juice on the rocks. So
Tom and Matt enter the ball, but only Tom is in costume. Matt's wearing his tuxedo and also dressed up as a man with hinges. Matt does some Gunsmoke impressions for Isaac, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. That is so above my head.
We just had a Gunsmoke person on a few weeks ago.
We did, but I didn't know his weird Who am I? I don't know. You're Matt.
I think Gunsmoke Project.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Gunsmoke Project. That's right. Isaac asked Tom who he's supposed to be, and he's like, I'm Floyd Fazdick. Oh, the 5th grade crush of Chris. How did he come prepared to dress like a 5th grader?
That guy did a number on
Yes,
Chris.
he did. Yeah, he did. Who is this guy? Chris sees Tom and they go dancing. Matt already looks exasperated / irritated sitting at the table by himself.
What was your game here, Matt? What did you think was going to happen?
Well, he dressed up like a boar. That's what the problem is. Preston asks Isaac if he's seen Cinderella. Isaac says no.
Okay, rat-a-tat-too.
Number 1, 2, 3, 4. Julie's in her cabin on the phone trying to find her costume. Doc's dressed like a member of a barbershop quartet, or if you buy it from an off-brand man in striped outfit with hat.
Yeah,
with head covering.
Barbershop
Uno. 4. Yeah. Just Julie's upset, doesn't have anything to wear. Doc says to grab a fig leaf and go as Eve. Doc tells her that they can check the costume locker and see what they have. I'm like, costume locker? But we know
the costume locker was mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Because all was left was that the masked ballerina, famous costume, and an egg. So you know what that means, Mike? Chekhov's egg costume.
Yeah, egg's coming. Egg's coming. We are back at the ball. Chris and Tom are dancing. Matt's moping at a table by himself. Surprise, surprise. As Tom looks
salad
over.
Even. He doesn't even have that lettuce bowl.
He can't. He's not even busy chewing on iceberg. Tom says he can't dance because he can't leave Matt sitting there alone. Tom says they should all get a drink. Chris is like, no.
Yeah.
She says
Chris
that
Matt doesn't want.
Boat. Yeah, she's like, he doesn't want me to sit with him.
No.
He wants you to sit with him for the rest of his life. Bam. And then I wrote, that's pretty harsh for knowing Tom for maybe 70 hours.
You got to give her this, man. She's not getting
played. Dude. She didn't play.
I mean, yeah, she's like, this is going to be what it's going to be one way or the other, but I'm not going to hold back. You knew who I was when you met me.
She is the perfect example. She is black or white. There is no gray. There is no middle. This is what I want. This is the hurdle.
In about 6 months, when Tom's like, "Oh Christ," and Chris is going to be like, "Yeah, what did you think it was going to be like?" So.
Yeah, nothing's changed. Oh, you're still hanging out with them? Oh, yeah. This is where it gets a little weird. Tom tells Chris that he loves her, which in normal life it would seem quite forward, but not on this boat. Chris says she loves him too.
Obviously, they say it like they've been dating for 6 years.
Right. There's no meaning in the word "I love you" in the show. There's they've just removed it. She says that she loves him too, but they don't have a chance because of Matt. Stupid ass Matt. Tom returns to the table with Matt. Matt asks what's going on. Tom said he made a mistake. Matt asks if she left, talking about Chris, and says, it's because of me, isn't it? Yeah, genius. What do you think, you mopey moperson? Hey, who's the worst guy? Who has 2 thumbs and is terrible on a cruise? Matt. Awful. Tom said that isn't important, and she just doesn't understand. Matt says Chris had it all figured out from the beginning. Tells Tom she offered him a mirror once, but all I have to do is look at your face right now and know that I can't live with what I see. I call bullshit
Can't
on Matt.
live.
I still don't believe it.
Wait, he's just playing the game?
I want to see Matt try to jump over the ledge, which he won't be physically be able to, and then Tom stops him. It's not work. That's how the episode ends in my head. Matt apologizes to Tom. There's no way he's apologizing to Tom at this point of the conversation for putting him through all this. He gets up. Tom says, "Where you going?" Matt says, "To run an errand for you. I'm going to throw myself off the boat." I just freed up your schedule for the next 20 years. He's gone.
Man. I hope you don't feel guilty about that.
Oh. Chris is watching Preston, the band, when Matt comes up to her. "Excuse me, miss. There's a fellow named Faz Dick over there who's trying to dance with you." She says no. She has her whole life to dance with Faz Dick. Right now, she wants to dance with Matt.
And you've noticed she distinctively says that she will not have the rest of her life to dance with Matt, because I don't think she's ever going to talk to him after this.
No. And it's funny, they're dancing and she pulls out an oil can, just like he's the Tin Man. And then they pan to Tom, who looks like he's going to cry watching them dance together. Got a little. Enter Cindy and Gopher. Gopher sees a tag on Cindy's costume that says "Reserved for Julie McCoy."
So great. I mean, tremendous. It's just absolutely tremendous.
Fantastic.
Just Gopher's abject fear and realization of what happened.
All come to true. It's great. And what a great costume he had on. What a great sad clown costume, I thought.
Yeah.
Great costume. Cindy and Gopher.
Do you think it was inspired by Pacific? What was the hell was Isaac's book name last week?
Oh,
because he kept calling him a clown.
Trying to go against type.
Yeah,
I'm not all jokes. I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm Pagliacci.
That's funny.
Pagliacci Burl Smith.
Steubing asks Peggy if she'd like to dance with a guy with 2 left feet and no sense of rhythm, and Peggy goes, "Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go get some air because I know you can't stand up because your costume doesn't fit." And that mask is ridiculous. These are all like, you know.
God, Steubing tried so hard. He gave her backwash and tried to dance
ridiculous.
with her. So.
You know, he's got that book of shipwrecks under the table. Oh, look what I brought.
Yeah, it's next to the French guy's cigarette pack.
Gopher's with Cindy. He's asking Preston if he knows a song called Witchcraft. We all know it now. We all know it now, Preston. I know it now. Preston stops the band. Number one, what performer is going to have someone in the crew go up, "Hey, do you know this song?" And they go, "Stop. Whatever that guy wanted in C. 1, 2, 3, 4." Like, it's just weird.
There's just a loose microphone out on the stage. Like,
there's no rules. There's no rules. Like, you're picking up everything.
Like, we had a bar down the street from us in West Philly had karaoke like on Monday nights or whatever, and they were getting set up. But they weren't up yet. Like the system was on, but like nobody was even in the bar yet. It was like a Monday afternoon or something like that.
Somebody the loudest bar ever.
It was. Somebody just starts singing randomly. There's like no audience. There's not even really started karaoke yet. This is what that reminded me of. That she just decided she was going to sing because she saw an open mic.
You know what's funny is I think bad karaoke is just really bad. Like, if you don't have a good host, it's not an active thing. It's so annoying. Like, it's just...
And if you get the wrong sound, because some people are just like eating the microphone and stuff. Like, if people are having fun, it's good. The people who really try to be good that aren't good, you know, but I always enjoyed it. So.
I like it. We've had some good karaoke things for birthdays.
We have a good karaoke group, though. We have a very good group. So
we do. Just don't stay away from Bruce Springsteen songs. I'm going to leave it at that. Preston stops the band. Witchcraft and C, fellas. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, I know you guys all know it. My dad paid for your salaries with it, so
they don't even listen. They wait for Frank to call to tell them what song to play. That's cool. Let's go ring. You got it, Frankie. Gopher hands her the microphone. Cindy begins singing. Not shy at all. Like, there's not that awkward, because, you know, she knows 2 lines. Preston. Whoa. Who is this? Who is this songbird? Outside, we see Peggy. She's talking to Bud. He's leaning on the railing, unable to throw himself off due to his bad back. They say hi. She asked where his costume is. He says, I should have dressed as a sore loser. I don't think he's a sore loser.
No.
He was going to stick to the bet too.
Yeah, he was.
She says she hates what happened, suggests that he stay on and she'll bow out. I'd have been like, all right, cool. All right, great. Bye. See ya. See ya.
Got everything I wanted.
Yeah, everything's wonderful. I need to get back for football. She gets upset and says that she won on his terms and he's still being a chauvinist. I wrote, duh, it's 1979.
Yeah, sorry that didn't change my tune.
Yeah, sorry that wasn't an era affecting move by him that changed, the behavior of millions. She says, I don't know why I bother. She then says she never wanted to do the show without him, which right. So now I'm like, okay, show.
Now here's where we get incredibly confused. So
he gives her a handkerchief. She says that he has a brain like a computer, which their idea of a computer then, I don't know what she was trying to say, because that is not what a computer is now. Like,
it just means that he matches up. He just matches up couples based on some Scantron questions.
Your brain is a slow, clunky machine that we haven't quite figured out yet.
Yeah, it's not Gary Collins' computer.
No. No. Peggy says that they can make a new bet. Here we go. She bets him that she and him will do the play-by-play for the Super Bowl. What?
Well, first of all, she says...
Who's doing play-by-play?
Well, first of all, she says they'll do the play-by-plays, which just broke my brain. It was just like,
you're not even trying to use the right.
So,
like, we've
said it throughout the episode. It was very confusing, but obviously, the context is that these two are going to announce the Super Bowl, and there's just zero indication that either of them was a play-by-play person. It almost seems like Bud would have been the Cosell in a booth. Like a third guy. So you'd obviously never have a booth back then that had no ex-player in it.
Right.
She'd at best be on the sidelines. It's basically a studio show. So they got very confusing there. And it really, again, this is why I never always am the best sports storyline person, is that they kind of ran over it here at the end. It was already vague, and then they just made it worse.
It's more vague. How do you attack something that's vague and make it even more vague?
Because you know what?
Wild.
I'm pretty sure Madden and Summerall weren't taking Halloween cruises in the middle of the season.
They didn't have bets. You don't see John Madden running 5 miles on a cruise ship. Yeah. Pat Summerall hurting his back.
The Madden cruiser rolls into Mazatlan right around Halloween.
I can't imagine if Madden didn't get on a plane, he's not getting on a ship. You better make that Madden cruiser seaworthy.
I guess I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I guess I always thought that
he would take trains
of the flying was he felt trapped.
Yeah.
Now, being in the middle of the ocean, I would imagine would have a similar. Yeah. So.
Well, it's not like he had to take a steamer to the Cleveland Browns game this weekend. There was never he doesn't go to the from the Patriots to a Dolphins game via ship.
Just goes around the Atlantic. He goes down the coast. Yes.
That's it. She says play-by-play for the Super Bowl. And I wrote, somehow it makes it all better and they hug. Instead, Bud would go, what are you talking about?
Well, I think Bud's like, okay. Bud's like, cool. I don't have to lose my job. I save face. I'm probably drunk. I'm going to need back surgery anyway.
Yeah.
We're probably fired because we missed the Rams game this weekend.
Yeah,
that
to
we
go
should
on
have
a
been
boat.
doing. So.
I wonder what his costume was going to be. Was he going to dress as the egg? Like, did he bring a costume? Bud Pomeroy doesn't seem like the kind of guy to get dressed up for a costume party.
No, he puts on a hat and he says he's Tom Landry or something like that.
I'm Bear Bryant, damn it.
Yeah.
Or Landry. Cindy's still singing at the ball. I don't know how she's still singing. She only sings 2 lines of the song.
She had to look up a third line. So.
Preston's still amazed. Here comes Julie dressed as a newly hatched chicken. Says that she looks like she's about to hatch. And Doc says, relax, I'll find someone dressed as bacon.
Oh, Bricker was just in his moment with this.
Pew, 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 pew. He's got his revolvers on. Julie sees someone in her Cinderella costume. She's like, no, she didn't. And starts
3 years of frustration. It's like a RoboCop when they just kind of she got her target and she was going to. Yeah. I really thought she was going to kill Chubbs.
Well, you think she's going to go out with a whimper when it comes to landing the Prince of Pop? No way.
No. You think
zero chance.
You think prime cuts like Frank Sinatra Jr. roll on this boat every day?
I mean, The only way she would not be interested if Preston started singing a song like, I'm not interested in you at all, Julie.
I'm really glad nothing happened because I can't believe it. We're only 7 episodes into the season. I can't believe I'm not sure about this. But has Julie rebounded yet?
She's trying.
But she hasn't yet, right?
She's whiffed.
I just can't.
Not successful.
Frank Sinatra Jr. cannot be your rebound. I'm sorry. It just can't be.
Oh, no. That's so funny. Julie. Gopher sees an approaching Julie, and he's panicking. He whisks Cindy away. Cindy's glass slipper falls off. Oh! Preston's right on her tail until he runs into Julie in her new costume. Says he has to find that singer. Grabs the glass slipper and tells Julie that she's a good egg. I think that pretty much ends the romantic possibilities between those two right there.
Yeah, there's no one seeing that, I guess.
Because, I mean, if it was really
Julie
is there room for 2 in that egg?
I mean, does Julie have to go in a costume because she's the cruise director? I mean, Julie's got sexy outfits. She could have just been a sexy something. Like,
well, how about you leave the extra costume for a passenger? It's their cruise. It's not your cruise. It's like...
Yeah.
Just... Doc walks up, tells Julie that he suddenly has a craving for a mushroom omelet. I don't think I've ever had a craving for a mushroom omelet.
Oh, I like mushroom omelets.
No, sir.
People either like mushrooms or they don't, I feel like. So,
I mean, they're all right. We go to our final commercial break. All right, Mike, we're going to wrap this sucker up. Matt, Tom, and Chris are leaving the ship. Looks like we have another impending marriage this season, Mike.
That is 8 in 7 episodes.
Jeez.
We said 20. We are way ahead of that pace right now. So.
Peggy and Bud are leaving the ship. They walk up to Stubing. Here we go. Peggy says that they can't break up the second male-female commentary team.
What?
Second? With the first being Howard Cosell and Fran Tarkenton, which you and I can laugh at, right? Nobody knows who Fran Tarkenton is. You know, the co-host of That's Incredible on ABC.
Well,
it's a big deal.
But isn't he just a player? Like a couple years ago?
I don't know. I don't know when he made that. I know in the 80s he was like Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
That's Incredible with Kathy Lee Crosby, John Davidson.
I assume, maybe I'm giving them too much credit. I assume the joke was because his name was Fran.
Yeah.
And she's dumb, right? But I don't
I think she meant it as a joke, though. I
agree. But there was a lot of layers to it and it didn't land. Yeah. So plus, again, there's no play-by-play person in that booth either. So.
No, but one of the stepsisters is trying on the glass slipper. We know it's not going to fit. There's a huge line. Julie says she remembers seeing a Disney cartoon like this once. Hey, Julie's awake.
Yeah.
Julie's awake, everybody.
Subtle.
Gopher encourages Cindy to try it on. He says to sing if she won't try on the slipper.
Yeah, just sing from afar. I wonder what she'll sing.
To sing behind. I don't know. Maybe try something else. No.
Yeah.
No.
Those fingers she starts through my hair.
She starts singing. Preston asked her, "Do you want to be a showbiz biggie?" Which I think was just his pickup line.
Yeah.
Margaret Jerome is stunned and then begins being incredibly nice to Cindy.
Mm-hmm.
Offers to buy her new clothes.
On to the next one.
Cindy thanks Gopher. Right, a con woman. Cindy, she's leaving those sisters on the ship, by the way.
Oh, yeah, they're going to go get locked in a closet.
Yeah.
Brian and Breyer style.
She apologizes to Cindy for taking her costume. I'm sorry, she apologizes to Julie for taking her costume. Gopher tells Julie that there's someone she should meet. A friend of his named Humpty. Fun fact, in the Humpty Dumpty, it never specifically says that Humpty is an egg.
You have done that fact before, actually, which is interesting. Yeah, so.
End of episode, sir. Whew.
Yeah, that, yeah. So totals in a recap. Best episode is currently episode 1. Worst episode is episode 2.
Not the worst.
Not the worst. Because I enjoyed some of it. It actually kind of fits with what we've done this year.
Absolutely.
Which is harmless, not great by any means,
Super
but nothing
harmless.
really annoyed me.
Nothing egregious, right? There was no nothing insulting or anything. It was
and I liked a lot of the stuff. The
I did.
I feel like the Sinatra thing was a miss, but that might have been, powers above our pay grade here. And I'm never gonna totally understand what the hell they were doing with the football analysis, but I liked the performances. I would say good performances in this one,
I
even if
agree.
the stories were kind of middling. So
I thought it was fine. I
yeah,
thought it was fun. It wasn't a season premiere. It wasn't like a season finale. It wasn't a 20 something episode. I
no,
thought it was great. I thought it was fun.
no,
I'm not saying it was great,
yeah,
but it was fun. It was a fun
no.
episode.
We're basically 1/4, little between 1/3 and
Yeah.
1/4 of the way through the season, and I feel like that first
That
episode
feels
was
right.
the best. The first episode was the best episode by a lot. Like that,
Yeah.
we have not had anything close. I don't think the second episode was like the worst thing I've ever seen. It just was clearly the worst of this, and we really haven't approached either
No.
in a good and bad way since. So
No, I agree. But I'm
tough one
fine. It
for
doesn't have to be the best. I just don't want the worst.
no,
I
and
thought
it
fun.
was like a Halloween episode. It should be goofy, right?
We
Like
we love those.
yeah, and I like the swing with the Cinderella thing, even if it was a little limiting. Yeah, Goofy's fine. I think everybody
Goofy's fine.
was good. And again, it's almost a new show starting next week anyway. So
It is. It is. Well, maybe. We'll
maybe
see.
Captain of the Week.
It was easy for me. It was Gopher. I mean, the guy went above and beyond to try to help out this. After the weird sort of like maybe romantic intentions, once that was dropped, I felt a lot better. I thought Gopher was just. They gave him a lot. I just thought he was great in this episode.
It was a perfect spot for him too, right? It was
Absolutely.
little goofy, a lot of room to move around. Mm-hmm. He was very good in it. And I thought
like
the him and Julie stuff. I thought the him and Julie stuff is really good, and I kind of like that dynamic where
it's like that
they're like
brother
sister.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna go Christopher George as Bud Pomerantz. I said, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed that character. Felt very real. Like that felt like
him.
And it felt like a guy in 1979 that would have existed.
Because I wonder if he and his wife actually ran a 5 mile. Like, is that real?
If they were. I wonder if they intended to be the first Super Bowl play-by-plays. And I always like this. Not that he was a villain necessarily, right? Was probably on the doorstep of being a villain, but he got a bit of a face turn, but was kind of true to still who it was. They didn't really go overboard. Kind of like an Artie Johnson situation, I think, where he was who he was, but at least he wasn't like a monster or something like that.
Yeah, when you saying that made me think. Now, we've labeled this the season of the olds, but this was not the episode of the olds.
No olds this week, yeah.
Unless that Margaret character had been expanded more, maybe that would have been.
And I thought she was good too.
She didn't have a lot.
I thought she was
good. Yeah.
I thought Joan Van Ark was good. There was like a lot of good performances.
Yeah. But it was not an episode of the olds.
not an episode of the olds, but I mean 6 out of 7.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
Worst of the week, Walk the Plank.
Well, I think Walk the Plank's a bit of a misnomer for this character. That's right. I'm going with Matt with hinges. Yes, I am.
Wow.
Yeah, that guy, he stinks. Just a leech. Not a leech. That's not fair. Not a leech, but just somebody who's so used to having other people's. He's just a pain. He's just a pain.
I think one of the we've talked about it, like the olds. Obviously, that's a hot category. A lot of contenders. There's some categories that are very thin. The worst is getting pretty hot and heavy because I think Matt would qualify as a worst, not a villain. We have the Salt Air.
Yep.
And besides, the villain category is already locked. Like, so we're not even. I don't think we're even taking. We may not even have nominations for that one.
Just give it to her now. We're just going to announce it next week. Yeah, that is mail her a trophy. Something. There's nobody that's going to beat that.
Worst of the week for me, and some of it's his fault, and some of it's just I think what it is Frank Sinatra Jr. I think my biggest problem with it is the Prince of Pop thing. If he had
not just for being Frank Sinatra Jr.
Well, but if they had just framed him as the King of Swing or the Crooner's Crooner or something like that,
or don't even give him a title, stupid.
Right? But being the Prince of Pop in 1979, that's just not.
It's not realistic.
No, it's not.
You're not even playing the right music,
right? And he wasn't awful in the acting. Like for what it was, they kind of wrote it in a correct way. But again. Not as the Prince of Pop.
No.
But like we said, he had a lot of walkaways, which were pretty good. Even at the end when he's doing the slipper bit, and he kind of like, this is more fun. Like it was fine, but it wasn't pop.
No, I
that
agree.
was the main thing. So, but that's totals and a recap for this week.
Plugs. Hitting season, Patreon, absolutely hammered. Whether you're cheering from the stands or tuning in from home, this is the podcast you need. So grab your bat, your cap, and your Phillies pride, your first place Phillies pride. Crack open a beer and enjoy a weekly Phillies happy hour.
As of this recording.
With Chris Jones, Justin Clue, and our very own Mike Robertson. Go Phils. Check out Absolutely Hammered on the Hitting Season Patreon. You can find us anywhere and everywhere you find your audio podcasts. iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Podcast Addict, Amazon Music, Podchaser, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Deezer, and my new favorite, Listen Notes this season. Please hit that subscribe button and leave a review. It really helps. Check out our video podcast on YouTube. Also, if you could subscribe, leave a review, we'd love that. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. Look for weekly reels and updates. Let me check the old mailbag. I feel like we need like mailbag. Like we need like mailbag.
I think
music.
you need like a postman's hat. Oh, but you're right. We need an audio thing too.
Yeah, like a horse. Like.
Oh, you know what? My son's got a book that has a horse sound. I can bring it up. We'll just play it right into the microphone. High tech that we are.
Yeah. So just imagine a super awesome. Thank you. No mail this week.
Not worth it.
Not worth the time. You can email us at theloveboatproject@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, Mike, this is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Big week next week.
Next episode, 2 big events. Not one. The arrival of 2 Vics. Number 1.
Vicky Strickland / Stubing.
I'm
TBD.
saying there are 2 Vics. One of them is a legend. One of them's not. Well, not a legend. One of them is Vicky. We welcome Vicky back to the boat. But Mike, forget Vicky. I'm talking about Vic Tayback. Welcome to the boat, Mel.
This is going to be fascinating.
I'm love
very
that guy.
excited. I'm very excited to see what they have
Alice
doing.
movie. The Alice doesn't live here anymore. He was
the only person.
One to,
Yep.
He was great. And it's funny because he is known for his appearances on the Love Boat.
Really?
Which I didn't know. Yeah, like it's a thing. So I'm very curious to see what he brings to the table. Don't disappoint us, Tayback. Come on.
Don't
say that.
I know, but we got to be careful.
How can you not get your hopes up for Vic Tayback?
I am excited. And I am very excited for the Vicky thing. Because I'm curious to see how they come in. I'm actually going to go back and listen to flashbacks to see how they kind of left it, to see what continuity. They've been really good with continuity. We had continuity this week. I'm going to call the Stubing orange juice thing continuity.
Yeah, I agree. And the running in the background.
That was the closest. That was the closest, that we didn't have. But I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see how they landed. And I guess I don't really know if Joe Whalen like is on now right away, or if they
I don't know
ease it back in. I don't know, but
like is she in like a crew outfit the very next episode?
That's what I'm saying. I haven't,
or not.
I think
portal, does she get a portal next week?
We'll know, right, if she's in the credits next week. My guess is she wouldn't be, because maybe they want to keep it vague or like a secret kind of thing.
Maybe,
but it is sweeps. Next week will be November, so it's a big.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if she's in the portal or and introducing, or it's one of those.
This is a big deal because we don't add a lot of
the rest of the
cast.
show.
Yeah, we don't add a lot of cast members. Like I'm pretty sure we add Ted McGinley at some point. They replace Julie,
right?
And then Stubing gets married towards the end.
Yeah,
I think that's the extent of the cast changes. Well, so
I'm curious to see what they do with a younger crew member as far as injecting her in different storylines. Does that mean we get more young people storylines, or does she automatically get, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and I guess
another Bayo brothers on the ship, and he's got a crush on somebody.
Well, you know what it is too. There's been a lot of like, I feel like she can pick up a lot of the kind of the nonsense, like Doc Isaac Gopher, where they come in with like the few lines and stuff like that. Like, so we'll probably get a couple Vicky focused episodes, but I wouldn't be surprised if she's just like kind of the second or third person in stuff. But
I
yeah,
could see that. Yeah,
we
I could see that
obviously
more.
have an easier route to kids than like when Doc was giving Scott Baio advice.
Oh God.
So
Yeah,
hopefully.
don't give boys advice.
I'm excited. I hope that we're able to capture some of the Julie feeling that we had in season 1 with Vicky. That's kind of what I'm hoping.
Look, I'm open to it. I'm open to it. I'm a little hesitant, to be honest, because I kind of like the way the crew is. But
we'll see, you know what's funny? I feel like there's been just enough kind of that I'm okay with taking the gamble of shaking it up a little bit.
I think it's because
not in a bad way.
I think it's because I'm disappointed in the. You know what I mean? I want first season Julie back, and if first season Julie is back, I don't think you get another cast member. In my opinion.
I'll be curious, or maybe it'll make it better. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Well, lots to look forward to on episode 59. Thanks for joining us in this ongoing project to watch every Love Boat episode ever and discuss every Love Boat episode ever. That's all for this week, Mike. Anything before we go?
No, I think that was a very interesting episode, and hopefully the next holiday episode is a little more obvious so we can bust out those classic costumes.
Well, thanks for listening, and we will see you next time on the Love Boat Project. Thanks.